today on Divorce Court.
I'm at divorce court today because Shaniqua thinks I'm cheating, but actually I think she the one that's cheating.
Anytime I'm talking to anybody, male or female, he's jealous.
I've actually walked in on it with a guy.
Truth does not come out of Michael's mouth.
Shaniqua's attitude is terrible. She cusses at me in public, she yells at me. It makes me feel less of a man.
I think the judge should tell Michael that he needs to man up, stop lying, and if you love me, then you would change for me.
If Shaniqua doesn't fix her attitude and stop dealing with other guys, I'm gonna leave.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Shaniqua Burton and Michael Chisholm. The two of you have been together for 4.5 years. You have one child together. You are having difficulties on a multitude of levels. That's why you've come to see me. Ms. Burton, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me what's going on in your relationship and why you're here today?
Well, Your Honor, I'm here today because Michael's jealousy is ridiculous. Like one time I was at work, sitting on the bench, talking to him on the phone, and a guy walks past and he says, "Excuse me," because he wants to get by, like any normal human being would. He was like, "Who is that? Why are they saying excuse me to you? Why they just can't walk a different direction? Who's gonna go through all that just to get by someone? Like, that's ridiculous."
Mr. Chisholm, did you do that?
Yes, I recall that conversation, Your Honor.
Did a guy saying, "Excuse me," cause you to become jealous?
No, ma'am.
Explain it to me.
I wasn't upset at all. I just asked her. Somebody said something too. I just said it's polite for people, if they see you on the phone, that they could wait until you get off the phone to have a conversation with you. That's all I said.
But not excuse me. You know, if you walking in front of somebody, and whether they're on the phone or not, if you brushing by them or riding by, you have to say, "Excuse me," because these days somebody might jump up, what you doing? Walking by, brushing me without, you know what I mean? Excuse me is not something you can wait on.
Your Honor, that the conversation wasn't excuse me. They
What was the conversation?
They was trying to hold the whole conversation with her. They was asking her things about work, and I'm saying, "Hey, you're on the phone. Like, you only have 15 minutes to talk to me." She called on her break.
Is that true? He said, he wasn't saying, "Excuse me, I'm trying to get by," but he was saying, "Excuse me, I want to talk to you about something"?
No, Your Honor. He literally said, "Excuse me," to get by, and he said he could have went in a different direction. He didn't have to walk past you.
Okay. Give me another story that would lead me to believe that Mr. Chisholm is unreasonably jealous.
Oh, my God, the list goes on. But we were sitting in the car riding one day, just riding. And I just so happened to look out the window. There's a window. It's there to look. So I looked out the window, and it was a guy outside just walking. I didn't stare. I just glanced. "Oh, would you like him to? You want him to?" What are you talking about? I can't just look out the window.
Mr. Chisholm, do you recall that instance?
I recall that incident.
What happened?
Well, Your Honor, what happened was she looked a little too long at the guy.
My God.
You know? I mean, I understand you give a glance. I mean, people find other people attractive. I understand that. You give a glance. You don't stare the whole time for almost 10, 15 seconds. That's a stare.
No, I didn't.
So what did you say to her when you caught her staring?
I said, "Shaniqua, you know the guy?" She said, "No, I don't know him." I said, "Well, you was staring an awfully long time."
Oh, my God.
That's all I said. She take that as me being jealous.
Mr. Chisholm, you say you have things that you want to tell me
Yes.
about her. So why don't you go ahead, sir?
Well, Your Honor, one time we were at the gas station. I said, "I'm going to go in and pay for the gas. You pump the gas while I'm in there paying." She agreed. Okay. I go in the gas station, Your Honor. I come back out. Her face is frowned up. Her face turned up. I said, "Shaniqua, you okay?" She said, "No, I ain't pumping no gas. You pump it." I see a young lady in front of us at the other pump. She pumping her gas. I said, "Shaniqua, what's going on?" She said, "You was staring at that girl butt right in front of me, and I ain't even noticed the girl. I was just going to pay for the gas and come back out to the car." She
Ms.
went
Burton,
off.
Did that happen?
Yes, but he was staring.
So what was the difference between the glance out the window that you did and the staring you claim he did?
Because his staring almost caused him to snap his neck.
Mr. Chisholm, do you have another story you would like to share about her unreasonable jealousy?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, I got a lot. Like, she got a lot, I got a lot.
Go ahead, Mr. Chisholm.
Okay. One time, we was in the market shopping. We going grocery shopping. The same thing with a female. A girl walked by. Usually when I'm not going to look nowhere because I know her attitude already. I'm not trying to look nowhere because I got to hear that. So,
you're not trying to get started with stuff.
I don't want to look nowhere. I'm looking at the groceries. But, Your Honor, she say, oh, well, you like what you see? The girl walked past, you like what you see? I wasn't looking at this girl, Your Honor.
Do you remember that?
Faintly. I mean, I barely remember it. I don't know, but I do remember saying that.
That's how you conduct business, though, right? Anytime there's a woman around, your radar, your alarms go off for you.
Yeah, if he put his face in that direction, yes.
And you don't see that you're doing the same thing that he's doing to you.
Yeah, but mine go a little bit in more depth with him. It's a lot more stuff.
It's a lot more stuff. I'm not quite sure what you mean.
Like, far as the sexting and stuff.
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yes.
Okay, so is he sexting?
Yes, in any avenue he can get to.
Okay, so that's what I want to talk about next, the sexting that Mr. Chisholm is doing.
She be on Instagram and Facebook all day. She met a guy online, talked to this guy for a month, and kicked me out to move him in.
Ms. Burton, is that true? So, Ms. Burton, you say that Mr. Chisholm is sexting all the time. Tell me about that.
One time we was in Vegas, and he happened to not be in the room when I woke up. So I seen his phone on the charger. So I go to his phone. I didn't find nothing at first, but I know he used this Words with Friends app a lot. So some told me, just go through it. I go and I see that it has a message box. I go through the messages, and he telling this girl that he love her and stuff like that. I'm like, really? I was like, you know what, I'm so through. I run to the pool because I could faintly remember him telling me he was going to the pool. I go to the pool, I was like, let's go right now. We get back to the room. I'm like, what is this? Oh, it's nothing. What do you mean it's nothing? You telling somebody you love her? Okay. The security comes, knocks on the bedroom, on the hotel room door, and they was like, is there anything going on? I said no. I took my bags, I took both of our tickets, and I left him in the hotel room. I didn't leave him in Vegas, but I was about to.
Mr. Chisholm, did that occur?
No, Your Honor, that ain't
What
the
happened?
What happened was she nosy. First of all.
Really?
Your Honor, she nosy. First of all, she jealous. She talking about I'm jealous, she jealous. And when we went to Vegas, we weren't together by her words. She said she left me alone before Vegas.
So you had moved on?
No, we still went to Vegas together, but she said she wasn't with me, so I took it as that.
As you were single again?
I was playing with somebody I was talking to. She had a guy she was talking to at the time, too. So it's not like I was doing anything wrong. I don't remember this sexting. I wasn't sexting nobody. I don't do no sexting. She know that. If she might see me speaking to somebody, a friend of mine, we know each other for years. She works at a fast food restaurant. I sent her a message on Instagram. I said, hey, you finally had your baby. The baby beautiful like her mother. It was stuff like that. She went off on me and said I was trying to play her. I was cheating on her. That's not sexting if I'm telling you the baby beautiful like
you are.
I said, hey, my little friend. That's how I started it.
Right.
I said, it was good seeing you. I said, you finally had your baby beautiful like you.
Right, got you.
That's how the
Now,
conversation went.
Ms. Burton, what would you like to, did that occur?
Your Honor, he know every time he sends to mess with a girl, it's always, oh, I knew him in the past. They knew this person, that person. First of all, you shouldn't be interacting with no female when you have a woman at home on Instagram, any type of social media. You shouldn't be sneaking around to talk to these people on social media at all.
How do you know he's sneaking? I mean, he commented, he posted. Why is that a sneak?
It was in his messages, and he clearly stated, you know, this is the only way we can talk to each other. That was the sentence that he had on
I got you.
Yes.
Was that sentence included in the direct message?
She talking about 2 different times. You know the girl that works at the fast food restaurant. There's a whole different girl. When I said something about that, it was no sexting and stuff, though.
That's sexting.
But, Your Honor, She talking about online. She ain't bring up that she be on Instagram and Facebook all day. She met a guy online, talked to this guy for a month, and kicked me out to move him in.
Ms. Burton, is that true?
Not at all, Your Honor. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Wow.
I do be on social media a lot, but I didn't kick him out to move anybody in there.
Wow.
Okay. I think I got a picture of what's happening.
Wow.
I wish I didn't, but I do. I gave you guys a compatibility test. You said some deep stuff. Are you physically attracted to your spouse, your man? Hey, you said no. What are you doing? Would you kick your partner out of the house for flirting? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/divorce court. Divorce Court will be right back. Ms. Burton, you say Mr. Chisholm lies all the time. Tell me about the lies that he tells.
Lord, they go on and on. But one particular lie is when I first met Michael. And I happened to see names on his chest, and I asked him, like, who names are those? Just family members, don't worry about it, I ain't paying no mind. Then one day we at the bus stop, he told me he has kids. I was like, kids? Since when? He was like, I told you, the names on my chest, they're my daughters. I was like, what? I was so mad, I left him right at the bus stop. I was like, this is done, I'm done with you. You can't even tell me the truth about you having kids.
Mr. Chisholm, did you lie about the kids that you had?
Your Honor, first of all, that's a lie. I don't even have my kids' names on my chest. I can take my shirt off now. We can't do that.
Well, you got names on your chest?
I got my kids' names on my arm.
Oh, okay.
It's not
but
on
did
my
that
chest.
happen? We just
That didn't happen. I ain't lie about my kids. She don't listen, is what it is.
She didn't pay attention.
We didn't bring that up. That didn't come up.
Okay.
When we was talking. It ain't come up about the kids.
I gave you guys a compatibility test. Because when I saw what was on here, I was like, whoa, what's happening here? You said some deep stuff on your compatibility test. They got a child together. How old's your child?
3.
3. I asked, what do you expect from your man? And you know what you said? Co-parenting. You said, what are you going to give him? You said, nothing but co-parenting. Then you said, are you physically attracted to your spouse, your man? And you said no. What are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing?
Staying together for the sake of my son.
Don't you think he has a right to know that?
He knows.
If you're staying together for the sake of the son, why do you care about him holding the door open for somebody?
Because if I was to leave Michael, he would no longer want anything to do with me or my son. He would not help me babysit or co-parent. He wouldn't do none of that.
Why do you believe that?
Because I have asked him, I was like, okay, well, since we're not gonna be together and you're ready to leave, where do I need to bring our son for when it's time for me to go to work and when you go to work? Oh, well, you gotta figure that out. That's not for me to figure out.
Mr. Chisholm, is that an accurate reflection of the conversations you had about the care of your son should you two not make it?
No. First of all, I had my son 95% of the time. So she can't say nothing about the parenting part. I had my son, she can tell you that. It's either she at work and when she off, she sleep. I got my son all the time. I be dead tired from having my son. She want to sleep. I say, you off. Can you get up and spend some time with your son?
You have 2 other children. Do you take care of them as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Does he?
No comment. I don't think so. I mean, he might take care of them financially, but I don't never really hear of him going to see them or anything like that.
I go see them. She don't want them at the house because she don't like them.
I don't like his kids. That's ridiculous.
She came
I
out her
told
mouth.
them not to come. I pay the bills there. I told them not to come.
Oh, my God.
Not to bring their kids to my house. As far as them coming here, it's not going to happen because every time they do, it's always something going back and forth.
Ms. Burton, I'm going to spend the rest of my time adjusting you. How would you react if your partner lied about having kids? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. Ms. Burton, if you want to have reasonable things happen to you, you have to be a reasonable person. If you're not with him because you love and want to be with him, why are you jealous? It doesn't make any sense. Jealousy doesn't keep somebody with you at all, even if you do love them. But if you don't want to be with them and don't love them, the jealousy is doubly stupid. It drives him away. It doesn't cause him to be more committed to you. It just makes you a crazy person. It just makes you chasing a fire that's ultimately gonna burn you and you don't even want it. It doesn't make any sense. That's number one. Number two, I don't know how you can tell a man not to have his kids over your house and then tell him he doesn't take care of his kids. He tried to take care of his kids over the house, but you wouldn't let him over there. Adults should not visit that ignorant nonsense baby mama drama on the little people. And I don't care how ignorant whoever else may be, you don't be ignorant. You always are be welcoming. You always be kind. You always help him with his kids because that's who he is and that's what he has to do. And for you to say he's not going to take care of your kids because you banished them from your house and he has to go over there to see them, that's absurd and ridiculous. You're not a reasonable person, Ms. Burton. You have to do reasonable things. And if you don't love him, work out a situation. You're afraid. You're working from a place of utter and complete fear. Your fear he's going to leave, so you're going to, take him, but you don't really want him. You're not really interested in him. You kick him out every other day, but you want to make a home. Doesn't make any sense. You've got to step back and don't act from a place of fear, act from a place of reason. What do I want? I want co-parenting. So you become a reasonable, intelligent co-parent. You say, hey, we're not together. I would like you to take care of then and take care of this. That's how that works. You don't leave him at home beating him over the head with this false jealousy that you're scared that he's going to run off, which he's going to do, because I would run and think it's going to turn out all right. Step out in strength. Step out in truth. Step out in the sense that you are a mother and a woman, not a frightened little girl who's got to pretend. Do that. Now, Mr. Chisholm, I don't know if you're surprised by what you heard or not. In your compatibility test, you sound like you cared for her, unlike how she sounded for you. So I don't know if I brought something here that has hurt your heart or not. I don't know. What I will say this, Mr. Chisholm, it's good to know where you stand in somebody else's eyes. Mm-hmm. What I would ask you to do is, no matter how you stand like a man, calmly and with comfort. Realize what she's about and what she's doing. Be reasonable and rational with her so you can take care of your little one. I know your little one is autistic. You guys have got to be on the same team. I think you're a good dude. I think you're taking care of the kids. I think you're suspicious of her because she does like other cats and she is running around. So what I want you to do, get past that, get beyond that, get strong, be the man. Somebody's got to be Superman. It's got to be you because you coming up light and little. I wish you the best, Mr. Chisholm. And Ms. Burton, I hope the next time I see you, hear from you, got my staff, they're going to call you. You can tell me a story of growth and change and womanhood and motherhood and better than the whatever hood you got going on here today. This matter is adjourned.
I no longer want to be with him. Co-parenting is an option. If he doesn't want to co-parent, then I'm just gonna have to go on about my business. I can't deal with this anymore. He even has my own family believing stuff that he says over me, and that's a problem to me.
I can't even save this relationship, but this basically is done. There's nothing to say.
Today on Divorce Court.
I'm not sexually attracted to Justin because he doesn't take care of his responsibilities. When I ask you to do something, that'll make me attractive to you.
She talks to me like I'm a child.
You act like a child, so you get treated like a child.
She just One, be a boss.
I put a track on his car because we married. I need to know where you're at all the time.
Ease up a little bit. You got a good guy. Just be a little nicer.
Justin, I need you to grow up and take care of your responsibilities. I need for you to be my man.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Jada Braxton and Justin Braxton. Mr. and Mrs. Braxton, you have been together for 3 years, married for 9 months. You are here for a divorce. I'm horrified. You have one child together, and I'm going to start with you, Ms. Braxton. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here today?
Okay, I met Justin not too long ago. We're here today because he cheats, he lies. Give you a little bit more about that. I bought Justin a car not too long ago, and his actions didn't match up with what he was doing. He would tell me he would be one place and would not be there. He was supposed to be at work at this particular day. Come to find out, he was with another woman and got the car and our rent money took. The girl set him up. So in the midst of him being set up, they got the rent money that put us on eviction. We got an eviction because she took the rent money and she took our BG&E money. He just lies so much. He just lies. Like,
well, what was he doing with that woman, and how did the money go?
I don't know what he was doing with the girl. He was supposed to be at work, and how I found out he wasn't at work is because later on that day I had got a call from his job stating that he got robbed. Now I don't know what to do. Like, he just constantly lies. Why would you tell me you were at work and you weren't at work?
Did he tell you he got robbed?
Yeah, he told me he got robbed. The police called his job, and the police called and said that he had got robbed and that they had took everything. He got home and they took everything.
First of all, it was after work. With a couple boys from of mine that I know in this area. I'm not from the area of Baltimore. I'm from PG County, which is closer to DC, so it's two different cultures for real, even though it's close. So, mind you, I'm hanging out with more than one person. It's a group of people. And me, I'm a nice guy. I was doing the girl a favor. She could have been a model, beautiful, or she could have just been a booger wolf. It really didn't matter what she looked like. It didn't matter what she looked like, Your Honor. I was just being nice, doing a favor. But mind you, it's a different kind of feeling. So they had something set up for me, you know what I mean? So
they took advantage of you.
Took advantage of me. Mind you, I was a little intoxicated, so you know what I'm saying, things that my mind wouldn't do, I did.
That booze will make you stupid.
That booze will
make you stupid.
Lord,
you know, it just happens.
Yes. So, long story short, I take her to the store. He's taking a little while. I'm like, what's taking so long? So I go to the store. The dude is in there waiting on me for real. You know what I'm saying? Already in there, like, where the money at? I'm like, what you talking about? So he pulled a dog out, which is a weapon, and was like, yeah, get that money up. So I'm like,
you gave the money up.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
Nah, I ain't give it. I should have just gave it up right then and there.
What'd you do?
I pushed him out the way and went to my car, right?
If he was supposed to be home, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. He wasn't answering the phone. He wasn't answering any text messages or anything like that.
Wait
so what
a
am I
minute, now,
doing?
the man's just about to get shot. You mad because he ain't
Exactly. Thank you, Your Honor. Clap it up. Round of applause. Round of applause.
So you pushed by him, then what happened?
I get to my car. By the time I close my door, he is at my window with the gun, pistol with me and everything, bust my head open. That's when I say, okay, you can have it. Go ahead and take that.
But he was home. He wouldn't. This would never happen. So anyway, I accepted him, and I said, okay, it happened. Let's move on. He still needed transportation to go back and forth to work. I lent him my truck. Now everything is running smooth and stuff like that. A little bit, maybe the second week into lending him my truck. The second week into lending him my truck, he was supposed to come pick up me and his child. I didn't hear from him throughout the day. I didn't hear from him at all. He leaves us stranded, okay? He leaves us stranded. I had to get a friend to come and help me get into my house. So come to find out later, he didn't come home till 9 o'clock the next morning. Come to find out, he was with a female. It was in my stuff and left me stranded, okay? So I asked him, I said, so what, I played, you know how we do. I already know where you was at. I already know what you was doing. That's what I did. I said, you know, it's okay. Try to get him to come home. It's okay. Come home. Come bring me my stuff. It's okay. It's okay. Then later on that day, I had told him, okay, I already know where you was at. You might as well tell me the truth. You might as well tell me the truth. So he comes out and tells me I was with another girl. That's why I didn't answer your phone call. That's why. How you gonna take my stuff? Can you ask him, how do you take someone else's belongings and do them wrong? I lent you my truck or whatever so you can go back and forth to get money. Don't leave me and my child stranded.
Since you asked nicely, how could you go off with some other woman with her stuff and leave her stranded?
Yana, she's moving a little too fast right now, okay?
Well, what happened?
The way she talked to me, you don't want to be around that. I understand I had an obligation to do that I failed to do. Unfortunately, I was intoxicated at the time, and a lot of bad things happen when you're intoxicated. So
Absolutely.
So I stopped that.
Like
I'm
cheating.
I'm not doing all that. You know what I'm
You
saying?
left the liquor alone?
I left it alone. I left it alone. I left it alone.
You leave
Thank
cheating
you.
alone.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I understand. You
So,
know.
thank you. Thank you. So that unfortunate circumstance did happen, and I admitted to her that I was with another female, but I wasn't, I was
Another
just-
woman.
Yeah,
I don't say male because I don't think you're livestock, you know?
Right.
So we're not female.
Yeah.
You know, you
I was with another woman.
You wasn't supposed to be. He's very fresh, okay? So that knowing that you're my husband and you're with another.
what do you mean he's fresh?
He's very flirtatious. He's very friendly. He's very open. So with that being said, I believe that she set him up. Now,
Which one are you talking about?
You
the
still
first
mad
one.
about that?
I'm
Get
very
over that.
mad. I'm very mad.
Wait,
I'm
you
very.
move forward.
You got to.
I understand. I
Tell me
understand.
about when you were pregnant, because I believe
Okay.
he was doing something inappropriate while you were giving birth.
He was. Okay,
Tell me about that.
9 months into pregnancy, I'm on the bed, I'm getting ready to have his baby. After I had his child, I didn't find out until maybe 2 months that he was sitting on the bed next to me texting another female. Okay, he was texting that
Negative.
female on the date. I seen the dates of the text messages texting.
What did they say?
Hey baby, how you doing? What you doing? When am I gonna see you? I miss you. No flirting. You're not flirting with me today. Just a whole bunch of you a married
Nonsense,
man. You
yeah.
are a married man. So why are you sitting up here talking to these females like that on the day that I'm giving birth to your first child? So after that happened, I was like, red flag was up. Red flag was up. So I decided just to move on with it. I decided to give him a clean slate once again. I don't know why I just took him back, because he constantly makes me feel as though that this is what he is.
I got you. I get that he runs around with other women. That's who he is.
Yes.
And you accepted that in some measure and
Yes.
decided to remain with him. But you're beating him up with the fact that he is that
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
Right.
Which don't make any sense. But
'Cause she
okay,
knew-
and we'll talk about that
knew what it
momentarily.
was.
But Mr. Braxton, I want to talk to you
Yes, ma'am.
about the nature of the atmosphere in your home.
Well, Your Honor, the way that she talks to me, she yells at me.
You have a recording, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
You do everything. I ask you to help me a little bit more. I pray to God that you will help me a little bit more. You can't do nothing.
So first, let's get this out of the way, Mr. Braxton. Were you cheating, or were you texting other women while she was giving birth to your baby?
I was not texting other women while she was giving birth. Around the time, maybe, okay?
Okay.
But it wasn't like texting. It wasn't like texting. It was more of the social media, boot, type it up, and then leave it
Dating
alone.
site.
And then leave it alone. You know what I
Dating
mean?
site.
Just because the way she talks to me.
So have you cheated on her?
No, I
Yes.
haven't. I've been in the presence of another woman, and I've talked to another woman. But in regards to really physically, nothing's physical.
I know he's doing that. I know he's doing that. But is he really cheating?
I don't know. When I first met him, I didn't feel as though he was cheating. When I dug deeper into, running his phone and stuff like that, that's when I started finding out more and more, and when it happened and what was going on around that. I don't know why he does what he does. It's like,
Well, why do you do what you do, Mr. Braxton?
Well, Your Honor, the way that she talks to me, I even have proof to show you.
Well, describe how she talks to me and then give me the proof. Let me-
Okay. She yells at me, treats me like a child. I'm a grown man. I bring the money in. That's not what it's about. But I feel like she belittles me as a man. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of things does she say?
Oh, you ain't good for nothing. All types of
Well,
stuff.
give me you have a recording, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Can
I
I hear-
submitted it. It's a
you
snippet.
submitted it.
It's a little
Okay.
snippet just to get
It's a
a
snippet.
taste of what it's like.
Okay, well, let's listen to the snippet.
Tune in, Your Honor.
Keep making me miserable. Keep trying to drag me through the dirt.
I didn't do nothing, Jay.
You did.
What did I
That's
do?
your problem. You don't think you did. You did. You're doing everything. You're doing everything. I ask you to help me a little bit more. I pray to God that you will help me a little bit more. You can't do nothing.
Where are
nothing.
you?
You knew I was running around trying to take care of and the least you could have did was try to in here look at our resources. And you sleeping all day.
Jada, I was tired.
Yo, I'm tired too, Justin. I'm tired too.
I didn't mean to. I slept for a
Just
couple
leave me
hours.
alone. Just please leave me alone.
I slept a
Please
couple
leave me
hours.
alone.
It was
Just
just a
leave
couple
me
hours.
alone. Just leave me alone.
I'm saying it was a couple
Just
hours.
leave me alone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
She wasn't done.
She wasn't done.
Now, Ms. Braxton, what happened that day? What inspired all of that?
On top of his cheating and his lying and him getting robbed and set up, it put us into a financial situation to where everything fell on me because he doesn't take care of his responsibilities. Now, that particular day, my truck had got towed. I asked him, you know, to take care more responsible. You see me getting stressed out with the babies, the bills, taking care of him.
Is he working though?
He does work. He does work, but
Does he bring the money home?
Yes, but I manage all the money. He doesn't spend anything responsible.
Because
That's why I
her.
manage it.
I let her.
Well, what were you mad about that day?
I had asked him to do something particular. I had asked him to take care of one little incident, just take care of one little incident, and everything was falling on me. And he couldn't understand where I was coming from, so it escalated. I said, Justin, I need you to do boom, boom, bop. Do that. Just do that. He couldn't even do it. He wanted to sleep all day, as you could see. I was tired. It was your off day. It was your off day.
May I have one word?
Please.
So that particular day, it was my day off, like I said, but her car got towed. We did have things to do. So we did a couple of things. You can't do everything in one day, you know what I'm saying? So we did a couple of things. In the midst of that, we were cleaning out the closet, just taking everything out the closet. But she still had things to do herself, you know what I'm saying? So I said, okay, you go do that, I'll clean up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I cleaned up the whole house. Mine's my day off. I cleaned up the house, made a couple calls regarding the situation with her truck to see if we can get it back together.
I wanted him to be there for mental support. Even though it was
May I
my
finish?
responsibility.
But hang on. Was he doing everything he just said he was doing?
Not cleaning up the house. I come home, the house is still a mess. The kitchen is still dirty. My child is still running around.
Wow.
Nappy hit it. No, he didn't do anything.
Your
He
Honor,
did one thing
it was-
a day.
There were no dishes in the sink. The closet was clean. Like I said, it was all through the house. Your Honor. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Economically, you guys are struggling. I want to talk a little bit about why, so we can maybe get you back on track.
And she handles the bills, but she knows what's due and what's due. So I let her deal with it. She lets, okay, we'll let it pass, because I want to get my hair done. I feel like she handles it, but then she treats herself sometimes too.
Did you get your hair done as opposed to pay the electric bill?
How would you feel if your partner got robbed while cheating? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/divorce court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Now, Mr. Braxton, your wife has intimated that you are irresponsible with money. However, you told me that one day when the electric bill was due, it did not get paid because she felt getting a weave was more important. Please explain that circumstance to me.
Your Honor, it was unbelievable. You understand? It's unbelievable. All right, mind you, understand we got robbed. I got robbed, and for the finances, basically like a month back, so we playing catch up. So long story short is, she like I said, she handles the bills. But she knows what's due and what's due. So I let her deal with it. She lets, okay, we'll let it pass, because I want to get my hair done. And unfortunately, things happen. Say, for example, we got to get the car out the tow yard, pay that money for that, you know? So I feel like she handles it, but then she treats herself sometimes too.
Did you get your hair done as opposed to pay the electric bill?
I did.
Can you explain that nonsense to me, to put your hair before the electric bill?
I was stressed out. I got a great defense. I was stressed out, and I was a little bit blindsided.
So weave relieves the mind? Somehow you feel better?
Sometimes, yes, if you look in the mirror and you look good and
Take a walk around the block. It's cheaper and it's better for you.
Yes.
I think that is so ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
It is ridiculous. And I understand you're under pressure and you're upset, all that, but that's not the way to deal with it. You're putting yourself deeper in a hole.
Because there's a whole bunch of stuff with him. He's very immature. He's very
Tell
goofy.
me a story about his immaturity.
I could tell Justin, okay, this particular day we need to do something in regards to paying bills. He'd rather go spend the money on car accessories. He'd rather go, so it's not just me, it's him. If he know a bill needs to be paid, he'll be immature and go buy car accessories. The only thing he cares about is his car.
But you're immature and buy weave. What's the difference?
because I manage it and I know where the money goes.
And you get mad at his stupid, but you justify yours.
He won't tell me till I see it. He won't tell me until I see it.
Did you tell him about the weave beforehand?
I don't tell him about anything.
Oh, you see where you're wrong here, Miss Braxton?
Yes.
And you stay on angry with him, even though I'm clearing the woods.
Yeah.
It's not there anymore, but you stay angry. You with me?
Yes.
I'm about to talk to you.
What would you cut first from a stressed family budget? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
I know you want $500, but I'm not giving you nothing. I think you guys should stay together and make this thing work because you got a baby at home. And there's nothing really that wrong at your household that you can't fix.
Right.
He's not out there all ratchet and running around, traveling and doing it. He just isn't. I mean, he's a little flirty here and there, but that's not happening. What your problem is this. You've hoarded all of his errors. So everything that he does wrong now is met with the same reaction as if he did everything wrong that he ever did that day. And you never get over it. You never get past it. You never get around it. And you keep fussing at him about it. You're not happy. He's not happy. And you keep not being happy in that manner, in his direction, he will leave. Because nobody can stand all of that. Now, Mr. Braxton, let me tell you what you're doing wrong.
Yes.
She's under duress.
Okay.
When you're managing the money, when you're working just as much, household duties probably more on her side, and you're managing everything and asking you to do here and there, the pressure of managing all that is very heavy on her head.
Right.
So what you have to do is not be the guy who does what he's told when he's told, but you have to be a guy that can take something off her plate and say, hey, baby, this is my responsibility. You'll never have to worry about A, B, and C.
Right.
You can take care of D, E, and F.
Okay.
Because I got A, B, and C.
Right.
You can't be as flighty as she lets you.
Yeah.
Because what we women do is we absorb responsibility.
Yeah.
And so you were like, oh, she'll do that.
Right.
Oh, she'll do that. Oh, she'll do that. And we're absorbing, but we're getting crushed.
Right.
Next thing you know, boom.
Explosion.
Right. But you have to manage your business like a grown man.
Yes, ma'am.
You have to take responsibility that is not foisted upon you,
Right.
that's not given to you, that's not required of you, but that you choose to make it because you're a man.
Now, Your Honor, in regards to that...
The time for you to talk is all over.
Oh, dang. Okay.
This is all me until I leave.
Okay.
You understand? Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Now, you're in the habit of being angry. You're going to go home and be just as angry tomorrow as you were yesterday. You have to, every morning, make a decision that you're not going to be that angry person that day. Every morning. And when she does that, you have to co-sign on it.
Okay.
And you have to co-sign on it, but baby, I want to think of something every morning. I'm going to take this off your plate, babe.
Okay.
I'm going to do this for you. You don't get angry for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've got to conduct business in a marriage.
Yeah.
You've got to handle your matters. You with me?
Yes.
I'm not giving anybody any money for anything. I want you to go home, act like you got some sense. You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
This matter is adjourned.
I came over for a divorce, but from seeing the judge, I honestly believe that we can make it work. Her advice really helped. I hope it got to Jada, you know, what she's doing, that she can do better, and I understand what I need to do to handle my business and be together as a team.
I think that I will try harder. I'll try to stop being less angry and less controlling and just let him take on a little bit of responsibilities and just try a little bit harder in my marriage.
Today on Divorce Court.
Vaughn has an addiction with porn, and him being an ordained minister, I think that that's wrong.
Our communication is horrible. I believe once we both acknowledge our mistakes, we can come together, because I really do love my wife.
Just loving me is not enough. The kids and I have moved out. I just couldn't take it anymore.
I want the judge to tell Tammy, if you're gonna heal, let's heal. If you're gonna forgive, let's forgive.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Tamara Brown and Vaughn Brown. Mr. and Mrs. Brown, you have been together for 21 years, married for 17, but separated for the past 4 months. You have a variety of children from other relationships and your relationships, and some adopted, but you are here because you are in trouble and you want me to help you save this marriage. So, Mrs. Brown, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me what's going on and why you're here today?
Vaughn and I met, I was a cosmetologist, and he worked in the little strip mall, and he worked at the Radio Shack next door. Right. And he's pretty much stalking me. Every time I walk to the store, you know, I turn around and look, and he's standing in the doorway. I thought he was a really ugly dude. You know, I didn't like him. I thought he was
cold,
ugly.
Mrs. Brown. That was just cold.
I did. I thought he was ugly and had nappy hair and. You know.
Well, Yana, wait. She's not telling the whole story.
Yeah. Every time.
What is your version of the event?
The truth of it is, I believe. Sometimes the prey allow themselves to be captured by the hunter.
Okay, so he was hunting me.
So she was positioning herself to be...
She was positioning herself.
Be caught.
Coming to my store for no reason.
I was going to the dollar store to get a drink. You know, I'm a cosmetologist. I was thirsty.
Wait.
Hey, hang on. Let her finish. Go ahead.
I was thirsty. So anyway, he every time I would go there, he was looking out the door at me.
Eventually, both of you decided you liked one another.
Well,
let's go on from there.
Eventually, you know, he turned out not to be ugly. He was kind of cute. You know, his hair turned out not to be nappy. It was really beautiful.
As you see, the illustrious locks are still there.
Go ahead.
So I
went two other
I gave in. I
got 21 years.
And here we are.
Right.
You know?
And here we are.
The marriage has been it's been good overall. But I need Vaughn. He doesn't offer me the stability that a woman seeks in a marriage.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Now, Mr. Brown, I do not need your assistance. Please,
I'm sorry. Yes,
contain yourself.
All right.
Every place that we've lived in, well, I'll start, when I met him, I had my own home. Mm-hmm. And I say, okay, well, you're gonna have to split the bills with me. Every bill that I gave him was shut off. 1 month is the lights, next month is the cable. I had never had anything shut off until I handed bills over to him. And I'm thinking, okay, well, he just leaving his grandmother's house, you know, maybe he doesn't know how to finance his bills. So we moved to Texas. The same thing followed us. Only when we moved to Texas, we're married, I'm pregnant.
And utilities still getting shut off.
And utilities, not only are utilities getting shut off, eviction notices are being served.
Okay, let me deal with utilities, then I'll get to the eviction. Mr. Brown, what do you have to say about that?
Let's back up. Before we got married, I had my own place.
Right.
All right. I came from my grandmother's house to my own place. Then we got cohabitated together. Now, as far as the utilities goes, I don't know how to put it, but I'm from Detroit, and sometimes you can fudge a little bit, and
I'm from Detroit too.
So sometimes some things you can, in my mind, the things had the order in what need to be paid.
But that's the problem in his mind.
And the utilities were cut off.
Yeah.
But they would cut back on within a day or two.
But you know, Mr. Brown, they don't cut them off like when you're a couple of days late. I mean, you really got to be tardy for the party for them to take off your utilities.
Yeah, I mean, I do admit I'm not the best with finances. I'm kind of a sporadic type dude, but the whole thing of it was it wasn't a big deal.
It is a big deal, Your Honor. I'd like to tell you why.
Tell him why it's a big deal.
It's a big deal, especially now because you've gotten to the point where you have these house notes, and yeah, they'll work with you in the beginning, but after a while, that landlord is tired of having to pay the mortgage because you're late. So, you know, when you owe other people money, when you owe them money and you're making arrangements and you're not keeping the arrangements, he can't say that he's keeping the arrangements.
Hang on. Did you ever get evicted as a function of his failure to pay?
Your Honor, we were to be evicted 1 month on the 31st. We moved out on the 30th.
Your Honor, can I please respond to that?
Go ahead.
Now, for every eviction we have,
Every. Yes, right.
I've always had another place already in preparation. Case in point.
Go ahead.
One house we was evicted because I didn't pay the rent because I put the rent down on another house because that house had mold in it. The back room was full of mold, and my 2 youngest kids were sick all the time.
No,
we didn't know what
stop.
it was until one day my oldest boy, and I moved the washer and dryer from the wall.
And you saw the mold.
It was all mold, and that explained why the kids were sick.
Well, explain the other evictions.
Again, because of how the family growing,
'Cause he ain't
I want
paid.
another house, and
That's all.
I do admit I didn't do it the proper way. But let's say we wanted a bigger house, I would go find a bigger house and just pay toward that bigger house instead of paying where we were. That's how the eviction happened.
Whatever it is, it's an impoverished way of looking at things.
Yes.
Because you mess up your credit along the way. And
Indeed.
once you mess up your credit, getting more credit is more expensive if you can get it at all. I'm done talking about that.
Yes.
I want to know how it is Mr. Brown can both be a minister and a porn addict at the same time.
But every time I would pick up his phone and look at the history, he's been on porn. And then our computer at home, the kids go to do their homework, and what pops up? Porn.
That's
Mr. Brown,
Your
how would you
Honor.
like to respond to that? Mrs. Brown, you say that Mr. Brown is both a minister and a porn addict. Please
Yes,
tell me
ma'am.
about that.
In the beginning, we watched porn together. It was fun, okay? But I wasn't interested anymore. So now that we've gotten older, he knows that I'm not interested in it. But every time I will pick up his phone and look at the history, he's been on porn. And he's not on just any porn. He's on porn looking at girls that don't look like me. So it makes me insecure because you looking at these skinny chicks. I'm a big girl.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, is that what you want? And then our computer at home, the kids go to do their homework, and what pops up? Porn.
That's
Mr. Brown,
Your
how would you
Honor.
like to respond to that?
In the beginning, we did watch it together, and it was fun, like she said. But once we got married along the way, it stopped being fun for her. But it kind of was still fun for me.
Right.
And as far as my phone is concerned, quit picking up my phone. Leave my phone alone.
Your Honor, he doesn't want me to pick up his phone because every time I pick up his phone...
It never works out good for me, so...
Right. Right.
Well, what do you see when you, other than the porn, what do you see when you pick up the phone?
Other than the porn, I see him and his sister having conversation, talking about me. I see Vaughn has a daughter that is not mine. She was born on one of our breaks. And
Your wife...
baby.
Yeah.
But that leads to her jealousy, Your Honor.
Yeah.
No.
What?
But it wouldn't be jealousy if I wouldn't pick up his phone
And see
what I'm seeing and how they're talking to him and how every payday his phone is blowing up. I need my hair and nails done. I need or the sister, I need bread and milk for the kids, or I need some money to do
That's
this
not
for
true,
the
Your Honor.
kids.
Okay, why don't you tell me what's going on with what's on your phone?
Okay, when she picked up my phone and started going to my texts to my sister, we are not talking about her. I may be venting to my sister about her, but we're not.
Is that not the same thing?
My sister's not downing her or giving her any bad play at all. My sister's pretty much trying to be in the middle and give me her honest opinion of whatever's going on. Now, my daughter, on the other hand, this only happened for 1 month when she was for her 16th. That month of her 16th birthday, she was calling me for her hair to get done, for her nails to get did, and she was quite persistent and agitated because I wasn't responding the way she wanted me to respond to her financially. That only happened one time.
Your Honor, this is every payday.
Listen. I'm never gonna get this right. I'm never gonna get this quite correct. So I brought somebody on board to help me out with this. I'm gonna bring forth a witness, Jenny Brown, your sister.
Really?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Jenny Brown, why don't you go there and stand next to your brother? And Jenny, the next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna talk to you about her jealousy, his ministry, and what the problem is.
My wife and my child's mother are the two opposing forces.
Why
with me
are
in the
we?
middle.
Why are we?
Because
he was lying to both of
that's
us.
not true. That is not true.
You're the lightning rod on this one. You were the person who had that extra. You
Right.
had all of these children. You the daddy to all of them,
Right.
and you need to command that situation. The fact that it failed is on you.
What would you do if your partner preferred porn over having sex? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Ms. Janine Brown, how are you? You are the defendant's sister. Obviously, I know, Mrs. Brown, you didn't know she was coming. You are hot.
I am.
Why are you so angry?
Because it's always all about her.
What do you mean it's always all about her?
I feel like she's his wife, and I'm the mistress. My husband drives over the road in the truck.
Right.
He will choose, he will be gone 3 days, and he will choose to be on the phone with her all day, every day.
I need to clarify, Your Honor.
Stop.
That's how he is at home. Nobody can talk. Nobody can get a word in edgewise. He always has to say something. But he will call her before he calls me.
Janine, I'm going to call you Janine because I got two Ms.
Yes.
Browns in here.
Yes.
Why don't you tell me what you see when you look at this relationship?
Okay, it's dysfunctional, and there's a lot of not seeing the reality of what's really going on.
Speak to me.
What's not being the truth. We talk on the phone after she done got through arguing, putting him down. She puts him down all the time. She don't support him far as business, ministry. She's very controlling, and whatever she's going through, her emotions, she's gonna bring everybody in. Her own children's. We ain't gonna talk about my niece.
Yeah, give me an example of something she's done that demonstrates her controlling or jealousy.
My brother's daughter, that's not by her. She treats her so nasty. She treats her, she comes off to her like a monster. She hates this child. She say very disrespectful and inappropriate things. She lies on his daughter. She makes sure she understands that she does not like her. From the time that, I'm gonna say for instance, when she was 12, she came to their house. She had to leave and go back home because of how nasty she was treating her.
She was 11.
Well, yeah, 11.
Wait, okay, now, Mrs. Brown, now I want you to take a minute and think back. Was there a time when you were less than welcoming to his daughter from another relationship that he had while he was with you?
When she was 11, it wasn't me, it was my children that made her go back home early. My children didn't like her.
Mm-hmm. But you're in charge of your children.
Exactly.
You set the tone in the home.
Exactly. And
Your Honor.
Hang on, let her finish. Go ahead.
And my husband and I sat the children down and was like, why don't y'all want to sleep in the same room with Jamia? And they were like, she's too loud, she's irritating. I want to know, how does she know how I treat her? And this child has only come down twice. Your Honor, I want to tell you, since this child has been born, I have done more for his child than he has.
That is not true. That is not true.
No. What is your take on this? Is this the child that you had while you were on the break?
Yes.
Okay.
This the child I had while we were on the break. That story, when she was 11, came down here. I was at work all day, and I would come home, and you could just feel the tension in the air. Now, that particular child is the oldest of my last two. Mm-hmm. So if she was 11, my next one was 10, and next one was 8.
They were younger, yeah, okay.
So far as them having a decision on who sleeps where, I didn't see where they had a dog in a fight. Because they ain't paying no bills.
We set them down. We set the children down. This is what irritates me, because when he gets with Janine, it's all against me. You know, she wasn't even there. She knows what the child has told her. We sat our children down and we talked to them and asked them what was the problem, why is it so tense in the house? And the children spoke. It wasn't Tamara.
I believe,
the
Your Honor.
children. He believed.
I believe.
Now, Mr. Brown, what do you believe occurred? Because you're the lightning rod on this one. You were the person who had that extra. You had all of these children. You the daddy to all of them, and you need to command that situation. The fact that it failed is on you. Why did it fail?
Now, Your Honor, to respond to that, it failed because, not because of me. I gotta, defend myself. It failed because of me. I wanted it to work perfectly, but my wife and my child's mother are the two opposing forces.
Why
with me
are
in the
we?
middle.
Why are we?
Because
he was lying to both of us.
That's not true. That is not true. I did not lie to either person. When I had the child, she threw my stuff out the window, out the house.
Got it.
She put me out. Thank God I have my own place still, but she put me out.
I got it.
How would you react to your partner having a child on a break? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
My understanding is that you're not the only two women fighting in his life, though. Why don't you tell me what the situation is between your wife and your other's baby?
Now, my wife, my child's mother, oil and water, they don't mix. The longer the story is, the child's mother had a plan for us to be together, but I did not lie to her. I told her it was a friendship that went too far.
Right.
At that time, she was my girlfriend. I'm going back to my girlfriend.
Right.
We patched things together. In the meantime, she'd had the baby in the midst of all that.
Right.
So it's been two dogs over a bone, which is me, and it's like, it really wasn't.
Is that his fault, though?
That's his fault because he's never made it right.
How could he make it right?
How could I make it right?
He's never made it right. Like, he has to talk to her in private.
And tell her what's up.
And yeah, but that goes back to the phone. That goes back to looking at his phone.
I agree with you. You got to get it settled. You got to get it right. So I brought her here so we can.
Whoa, come on. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Come on.
Yeah, see?
Okay. Ms. Kimberly Wright, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
We got a hot mess going.
Yes, we do.
And I need to have all the women in Mr. Brown's life together in one room so we can resolve this matter.
I'm not in Mr. Brown's life.
Well, you are. You were the mother of his child. You were the mother of his child, so you can't pretend you're not in there.
And can't take that back.
We got to resolve this and figure out what's what, who's who, and get everybody going home on the right train. But I don't have time for that right now.
I know you don't. You don't have time.
So this matter is going to have to be adjourned, and we will reconvene and get this matter all settled. This matter is adjourned. It is so ordered.
She carried the hostility on from me and carried on to my child. She thought I was the cause of her and Vaughn breaking up or whatever, but I didn't know anything about her.
She didn't want her eating none of her food. She was looking at her nasty. She wouldn't speak to her. She would not talk to this child. And she set the whole house atmosphere for everybody.
I said, I know why you upset with me because I wasn't in your life.
She was full of hurt.
But I tried, but your mama wouldn't let you.
She was full of hurt.
I told her that.
Let me ask you this. Have you allowed him to participate meaningfully in his daughter's life?
Previously on Divorce Court.
Vaughn has a daughter that is not mine. She was born on one of our breaks.
My wife and my child's mother are the two opposing forces.
Why
with me
are
in the
we?
middle.
Why are we?
Because
he was lying to both of us.
That's not true. That is not true.
We got a hot mess going.
Yes, we do.
And I need to have all the women in Mr. Brown's life together in one room so we can resolve this and figure out what's what, who's who, and get everybody going home on the right train.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Tamara Brown versus Vaughn Brown. This matter is reconvened because we have had other parties. Let me set the table for you momentarily. Mr. and Mrs. Brown, though married 21 years, have been separated for the past 4 months. His sister, Janine Brown, is here in the court. Also there is Kimberly Wright. How are you? This is the woman with whom you had a baby while you were on a break from Mrs. Brown. I'm going to start with you, Mrs. Wright. Ms. Wright, why don't you tell me what the situation is and why you feel your child is not treated well by Mrs. Brown?
Because she carried the hostility on from me and carried on to my child.
Give me some examples.
She never liked me at all. She thought I was the cause of her and Vaughn breaking up or whatever, but I didn't know anything about her at all. She knew more about me than I did about her. But anyway, the child was born, and she never liked my child. She hated my child, she hated me, she hated anything that he represent with somebody else because she didn't have that child first.
Mr. Brown, you do see what your implication in this matter. How have you handled this matter? You created it.
Now,
how have you handled it?
I admit, Your Honor, I did not handle it the best way. It should have probably been handled, but I did the best I could with the limited knowledge I knew at the time. Meaning now, my wife had brought up I would secretly talk with her, excuse me, to leave a room. That's not true. The reason why I would leave the room or talk to her at a different time than in the presence of my wife is because they both would hear the other one over the phone. And I'm in the middle, and the animosity is coming from both ends, honestly. And I'm trying to referee between my wife and Miss Wright in order to see my kid. And I'm trying to be less conflict as possible. So it just worked out better for me to talk to her out of her presence.
Now, they both agree that that's not true. Mrs. Brown, I thought they would never agree on anything. Mrs. Brown, why don't you tell me what you believe he was doing with respect to the two of you?
I believe he was doing what he did from day one. He would tell Kim one thing and he'd tell Tamara one thing. So therefore, when he's on the phone with Kim, I'm saying stuff like, that ain't what you just said.
It depends what we're talking about.
Ms. Wright, is that accurate? That he was playing you against one another?
I don't think he was playing it. I was just calling to ask, like, when is you gonna send your child some money? When is you gonna do something for your child? And he was like, well, I ain't got it right now. I'm gonna call you later. I'm gonna send you something in a couple months, a couple weeks. Or I'm gonna send you this, I'm gonna send you that. And I was like, I'm just sick of the promises.
So, okay, there's the conversation right there.
So, he was talking about, but it was never no talking, no talking about me and him getting together. No, that was never not on the option of me and him talking. Always talking pertaining to.
She may not verbalize that, but that was the attitude in the room. Whenever she knew I was on the phone with Miss Wright, it's always the attitude was there's something going on. Why is she calling you for money? She just called you last week. She just called you 2 weeks ago. She just called you last month. That'd be the argument we having. So now I'm arguing with her about talking to her about money from a kid.
Okay,
and it became a circus. And
I got you. I got what happened, Mrs. Brown.
I'd like to clear my name.
Go ahead.
I have told Vaughn since day one to go, and you tell the truth, to get his child, to be in his child's life, because when
why
she
you playing?
Thank you. Vaughn, what have I said?
Okay.
What have I said? I said because when she get a certain age, she's only gonna know what her mama tells her. Have I not told you that?
No.
Okay.
Girl, please.
No.
What is your understanding about her treatment and her actions towards Ms. Wright's child?
She treats her daughter with hatred. She hates her being around, and she disrespected her verbally. She calls her names back. When we got there, she didn't speak to none of us. She did say hi to my husband, went in their daughter's room and said, get this B stuff out of my daughter's room. This is your daughter.
Stop.
Get her stuff out of here.
I did.
He take care of her child, that's not his. But when he take care of his, it's a problem.
That's
he can't send no money. She talking mad.
He don't
cash
take
about
care
it.
of my child. Vaughn has not taken care of my child, and that's one of our issues.
Hang on, let her finish and I'll get to you. Go ahead.
That's one of our issues. It's been many a times with Jamia growing up. I wanted to call Kim and tell her she got off good because I'm
Girl,
arguing
please,
at
you
him.
never said that.
No, I didn't say that. I said that.
You
I
ain't
didn't
never
say-
said send
I
her no
didn't say
money.
that.
You ain't never say take care of her.
I have
you
always
prevented
told
that.
him.
You
Thank you.
prevented that.
No,
That's what you
no,
did.
no.
That's what you did.
See,
I got
he
it.
said- he has
But you
her-
set up the tent.
He did.
If he set up the tent,
You said this is the
Your
circus.
Honor, can I just
Stop,
say this?
Stop, hang on. This is the circus, but you set up the tent.
Can I just say
so,
this?
So you cannot just point at them and say wrong, wrong, wrong when you made that happen.
That's
with
right,
your
Ron.
actions.
You ain't innocent to
Can I
this
just
because
say
it's
this?
your child. You never
And
took care of her.
He needs to let him know this. You really do. There has been times I told Vaughn to send Jamia money.
No,
Have
you
I
didn't,
not?
girl.
Okay, stop.
Over
You don't
the
know.
years,
I have. Hold on, stop.
Those
Let her
clothes
finish.
that you threw out of the window when she was born,
Save those tears.
I bought
Please.
them.
Stop.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I bought those clothes she threw out of the window when she was a baby. When she needed diapers, Vaughn didn't have the money. I bought those diapers.
Girl, you lying.
When his mother passed, he didn't have the money to buy her clothes. I bought her clothes from head to toe out of my pocket. She didn't like what we bought, so when she came back, she had something else, so he didn't like it. What did we do, Your Honor? We went to the store and I rebought her another outfit.
The outfit she got for my mother's funeral, Kim didn't like it, and Kim gave her some old.
I bought it.
Okay, let me just say, I know this
I
is
never prevented
I get
him from
that.
his
Let me
child.
just stay here 1 second on that, because this is one thing we can agree on. Did she buy your, whether you liked them or not?
I don't know if she bought it or not. I'm
She was
not
going
gonna
to her
honor that
funeral.
fact.
She's-
Fact.
Who bought it?
I don't
Okay,
care
the wife
who
bought it. The
She
wife
said,
did buy it.
At some point, we got to be okay for those children. At some point. And if we can't even honor the facts that occur, we can't go around calling everybody fake news.
Yeah.
We got to know
That's
what the
what I
news
mean
is.
by he's not
so
telling
we
her.
can have a place to start. Do you see what I'm saying?
But if the
He's
disrespect
telling her
is there
one
all
thing and
along, you
telling
can't
me
go
one
nowhere.
thing.
And that's why I'm saying we can't go anywhere with the respect unless we can agree on the facts.
Yeah.
And that's one fact we can agree on, is it
Yeah.
not?
Right,
We're
right.
gonna set that right there,
Right.
and then I'm gonna bring it back later on.
She didn't want her eating none of her food. She was looking at her nasty. She wouldn't speak to her. She would not talk to this child. And she set the whole house atmosphere for everybody. And his daughter would constantly come talk to me. When I leave, she want to come with me. She don't like being there by herself because she's really nasty to her.
Now, Mr. Brown, tell me about the atmosphere in your home when Ms. Wright's daughter is, when your daughter with Ms. Wright is there.
Okay. She was 11 the first time she come down. I was ecstatic. I want her to stay with me for a year just to get to know her. She could get to know us. So she come down, and it was tension from the first day. It was, I can't really put it into words, the atmosphere in
Were
the house.
you there, Ms. Brown? Can you put it into words? Women can usually put it into words.
She didn't want her eating none of her food. She was looking at her nasty. She wouldn't speak to her. She would not talk to this child. And she set the whole house atmosphere for everybody. Even my children was like, what's wrong? I'm like, we'll talk about it another time. Everybody just be polite, stuff going on. And his daughter would constantly come talk to me. When I leave, she want to come with me. She don't like being there by herself because she's really nasty to her. She's like, Auntie, she wanted me to take her home with me. She wanted me out of there so bad to take his daughter back to Detroit. I said, baby, I gotta give your father opportunity to have this time with you. Well, you know, his wife ain't gonna like that and this and this. So I said, baby, I got to go. So I left. She wanted to come. I said, no, you're gonna have to stay. But she is so nasty and disrespectful. It is unbelievable.
Ms. Brown, and I know you're hurt. He did a horrible thing to you. Can you even see in your worst moments that maybe you took it out on that child unintentionally, inadvertently?
I think so, Your Honor.
I do too.
I think so. I don't think it was conscious.
I think it was.
I don't think it was conscious.
I think it was conscious, and he wasn't there to protect her.
Why do you think it was conscious?
Because she didn't like her. My child was in her daughter's bed. When she came in the daughter's room, she started going off. I was on the phone with her, and she was like, "What you doing in my daughter's bed?" And Jamil says, I'm sleeping. Get up out of my baby's bed right now. I bought this bed. I got this bed. This is my daughter's bed, and you don't have a right to let. And then she said, didn't I tell you to get up out this bed? And I said, Jamia, what's going on? What's going on? He was on the phone with her at the same time. She was on the phone with him. I was on the phone with my daughter. She was on the phone with him. He heard the whole thing, and if you lie, Vaughn, I'll never forgive you. You better tell the truth.
Okay, well, next, Mr. Brown, I'm going to get your version of the story.
I said, I know why you upset with me because I wasn't in your life.
She was full of hurt.
But I tried, but your mama wouldn't let you.
She was full of hurt.
I told her that.
Let me ask you this. Have you allowed him to participate meaningfully in his daughter's life?
Do you think step-parents love their spouse's kids as much as their own? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Mr. Brown, you were on the phone with the parties involved. Tell me what your version of that event is.
Okay, from what I can gather, from what I heard, Ms. Wright is painting a polite picture of my daughter. They both was irate at that time. My wife and my daughter was both being irate toward each other. And it just started at 11 in the daytime. It went on until almost 3 o'clock that afternoon. I was on the road. I'm 3 hours away. At my first stop, the phone ring, get your daughter. She been disrespectful. I hear my daughter on the other end being just belligerent, disrespectful. So I'm calling both parties while I'm trying to make my deliveries. And then in between calls, she called. I'm like, oh, God, what's going on? So she called, and it kind of threw me off because she was more calm than they were.
We're there. What do you have to say?
What happened was him and his daughter had a talk. He was trying to talk to her and see where her feelings were about him. And she was being very, very disrespectful.
Because she was mad at me for not being in her life.
Right. She was angry. She
Come
was full
on.
of her.
Nuh-uh.
She was.
She was full of her. I know why you mad with me. I said, I know why you upset with me because I wasn't in your life.
She was full of her.
But I tried, but your mama wouldn't let you.
She was full of her.
I told her that.
And she was going off on him, and she was telling him, I don't care, I don't care. To the point where she said, can I get back to watching my movie? And he said, no, you gonna listen to me. And she went to stand up to get out of the chair to go watch her movie. My husband was pretty much straddling her and holding her by her wrist to hold that child in the chair while he was talking to her. So he took the pin out the grenade to the point where he held her so long, they was just sweating. It was just a standoff.
Let me ask you this. Have you allowed him to participate meaningfully in his daughter's life?
Of course I have.
No!
But he won't do it. He don't do it. In 17 years, count on his hand how many times he did it.
I called her. I said, I want to get moved for the summertime. You got to talk to my auntie. Why you got to talk to your auntie, man? That's my kid, man. Can't do all that.
No, you ain't asked me that. No, you didn't.
Every year. Every year.
No, you didn't.
This is what I mean by he didn't set it straight. He didn't tell her what was. He made promises that the girl could come up, and then he'd be like, "Oh, I forgot," or "I didn't have the money," and she wouldn't come up. So this particular time that he did say that she was
a practical liar, and that's what he is, and she protects him because that's all they do for each other.
I'm gonna sit back and then I'm gonna say something.
What kind of relationship would you want with your stepchild's parent? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
It ain't gonna fix everything, but I wanna change the trajectory of this entire relationship. Because what's happening is we have a bunch of adults behaving badly, behaving how they, emoting constantly without stopping to think, I'm going to have to suck a few things up because I've done a few things wrong and I've got children involved in this matter and I've got to do things differently. I also want to talk to you about women on women. And it happens a lot in my community where we are in circumstances where we control so little. that we don't have any money, we don't have the man, we don't have a job, we don't have everything going on, and the only thing we can exercise control over is the volume of our mouths and the young people that we have. So what we do is we take that and oppress each other with it. You know what I'm saying? Now, Mr. Brown, you started all of this mess. So every time the mess starts, you can't get angry. You've got to get involved, but you have to stay calm and you have to suck it up because it began at your door. But every time you women get involved in this, and the easiest person to get mad at is another woman, you got to stop and rethink this sucker because it's not gonna work. She's hurt because you knocked her up and walked off. That's what that is. She feels bad. She feels used. She feels taken advantage of. She feels like she doesn't get enough money. She doesn't get enough time. She may have kept her daughter away from you if you did bad on you. Because your daughter deserves a relationship with him. Yes, so she will not keep running after other dudes that are going to knock her up and walk away because that dude wasn't there. And you don't have the right to put her in that position. That's all I'm going to say to you. But that hurt you have to assuage. That hurt you have to acknowledge, and then you have to say, I'm done. Because I'm better than that. That's something I did a while ago, and that happened, and he ain't that important no more, no way.
That's right. I said
you know what I mean? And then you two need to make a point of making it right with one another. Because it's this knucklehead that started all that nonsense. You two women, he probably lied to you, and you're upset. And I bet you weren't quite right with that daughter because you were mad and she was mad. She was hurt. Yeah. Put yourself in her shoes. Put yourself in her shoes. But you make it right between the two of you because you got to direct that child and your other children. If you're mad all day, if you're angry all the time, the children that you raise, every epithet you hurl, every angry word you say, teaches your children how to feel. We're gonna grow up in a tornado. Ms. Brown, you the last one. You the last one. He comes to you when he's charged up all these women. He's come to you when his situation went dangling about the town and didn't do the right thing. And he comes to you and tells you about this woman and that woman. You tell him, you be a man, handle your business. And don't get angry. Oh, you get calm. Don't get a tool with her. Don't get a tool with her. You be a peacemaker. Because we cannot survive in this atmosphere. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right. Your children will not survive in this atmosphere. And y'all got to make it right. Everybody's got a reason to be mad for the reason they're mad about. But now that's over with. Now it's a new day. It's a new directive. Everybody apologizes for everybody for the wrong that they've done, and you move forward in a manner that the God I'm sure all y'all worship would be proud to call daughters. This matter is adjourned.
In court today, I feel like I was attacked. I did everything that I could do to make it comfortable. It may not have been as comfortable as they wanted it to be, but I hate no child. And when my husband fell short, I stepped up when it came to his child. That's about all that I can do.
Do I want to save the marriage? Yes. It's just what happens. Nothing, baby, that can be overcome. So yeah.
I don't want to save my marriage.
Today on Divorce Court.
I feel that Javon wants me to be the perfect wife and mother.
What husband don't want his wife to be a superwoman? I know it ain't finna happen. I just want you to do your best.
Javon wants me to dress sexy, have sex with him 2 or 4 times a day.
It's 2 things a wife should not do. Not let her husband go out hungry, and she should not let her husband go out horny. That's how problems get started.
Javon, I want you to stop being so high maintenance.
I feel like we can be a good team, but we're always fighting because she don't want to do her part.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Rashonda Brown and Jovan Brown. The two of you have been together for 13 years, married for 11. Your marriage is in trouble. That's why you're here. Mrs. Brown, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me about your relationship and why we're here today?
Your Honor, I am here today because I love my husband. But, Your Honor, my husband wants me to be a perfect wife and a perfect mother. He wants me to dress sexy all of the time, Your Honor. He wants me to cook and clean, and he wants me to have sex 2, 3, 4 times a day, Your Honor. And I'm just overwhelmed by it, and I don't know what
now
to
we
do.
need to establish some parameters out the gate. You work outside of the home, is that accurate?
I do.
Yeah. How many hours a week do you work?
Your Honor, I put in at least 40 to 50 hours a week.
40 to 50 hours a week. Do you disagree with that?
Yes, I do.
How much work do you say she does outside of the home?
I would say she works probably 24 hours a day. That means all she talk about and do is that her business that she's in.
Oh, okay. So she does spend a lot of time doing that.
She don't make time for nothing else.
Yeah. So that's your complaint, is that she's not doing her wife stuff because she's so busy doing the business stuff.
Right.
Tell me what she's not doing in terms of being a good wife.
Okay, so me personally, I feel like she want me to do everything. She'll wash the clothes, but the clothes will be in the basket for days before she put them up.
Well, I washed them. He need to put them up.
But what she not telling you is, before I put a wash machine and dryer in the house, I used to take the clothes to the laundromat and I'll wash them,
and
clean
them up.
and I'll put them up.
You lying.
And I'll put them up.
But now we got a washing machine. Now we got a washing machine. She washes, but she doesn't put them up.
No, I don't feel like I should have to get off of work and then and put the clothes up too. I get you. And that's what I mean by her.
Do you want her to
hours.
work less outside the home? Do you think that she spends too much time making money as opposed to making a home?
She definitely ain't spending too much time making money, but she's spending too much time not making a home.
Well, if I can...
She's out, but she's not making any money.
Well,
You're not making any money, Mrs. Brown?
Your Honor, I am a real estate agent, and I just got my license. So in order for me to build up my clientele, I have to be out there hustling. I do Uber, I do Lyft, and I, go out and try to prospect for clients. I have one client that, thank you. I just got my license in May. I already have a listing, and I'm working on it. And if he would just give me a chance. Your Honor, when I go into the office to work, he blows up my phone, calling me, asking me, where you at? Where you at? Come up to the barbershop and help me out at the barbershop. I drop everything and I go up there to be a supportive wife. When I get up there, because he say it's so busy up there, I go up there, Your Honor, ain't nothing happening up there. He just want me up there.
Mr. Brown, now let me ask you, your wife has got her hustle on. She's trying to get out there and make some money, make things easier, Don't you respect the hustle?
I absolutely respect the hustle. I'm a hustler myself, so I respect the game. I want to see some results, though. And I don't want it to be at the expense of our future. Like, if we not together as husband and wife, then that's going to be messing up with the children. The children grow up, and they're going to think like family ain't that important. Like a career is more important. If I'm going out here making money, it's more important. And this is what I try to explain to her. I said, listen, baby, get up when you get up in the morning, you get the kids off to school and stuff like that. Set a certain time out for your business. If somebody calling at 10 o'clock at night, wait till the next day. Tell them you're gonna get back to them doing your business hours. Make it organized. That way you will have time to handle the cooking and the kids with their homework.
See, I think, Mr. Brown, I like you. I mean, I do, and I think you want good things. But what you want a full-time wife who also makes money.
Exactly.
There are sacrifices that have to be made, and she's not going to make a lot of money in the beginning because she's getting started. But once she starts selling a few homes, you're going to see a lot of money. So you can't be.
That's why I'm misunderstood. Like, and then I don't know why. Like, if I'm conveying that, because she thinks the same thing that I'm talking about money. No, I feel like I do enough to provide for the family. I know I can be doing better, but I will do better if I feel better. If I have a wife and she just all over the place, I can't sit her down and we can't communicate. We can't have a conversation and come to some common ground.
His common ground is me doing whatever he tell me to do. That's common ground for him. He just want it done his way or no way at all.
This woman is not.
Let me ask you this. Let me give Mr. Brown some love over here. Do you make time for the marriage, though? And I'm not talking about cooking and cleaning, because but do you make time to make sure that that your husband feels like he's in a relationship and not just a drive-by?
I do, Your Honor. Every single day, I'm there with him in the morning. After me and him both take the kids to school together, we come home together. I make us smoothies, you know. I even go to work with him some days and sit at the front desk and greet customers and make sure they sign in and just be that support system there. And I do this at least 3 times a week.
Does she do that?
She come to the job, and I admit, because, I mean, she's very professional. She's a beautiful woman, so when the cousins come in, they make them feel good, like, oh, yeah, this is a nice...
But she does do that.
Yeah, she does it sometimes. She talking about a smoothie. Ask her the last time she made me a smoothie. And when was the last time before that? She probably did it once. When the last time you made a smoothie? Made me a meal or anything? And then, okay, she...
Okay, all right. I think we need to get together on who's doing what for whom and why it's that person's job.
After I had my last child, Javon was not supportive of me at all. Javon was not there for me. He was out partying while I was at home changing diapers. I suffered from postpartum depression, which led to me being an angry drunk. I was drinking 2 bottles of wine per night, Your Honor.
My understanding, Mrs. Brown, is that not only do you think that his demands for household duties are excessive, but he has demands on you personally with respect to how you dress and all of that you think are excessive. Why don't you speak to that?
Well, Your Honor, he wants me to dress sexy all of the time. For example, he picked out this dress. When we go shopping, he wants to pick out my clothes. If I like something and he may like something else, you know, I always end up getting what he wants me to wear.
Mr. Brown, is that accurate or is something else going on?
This the thing. I can't tell her nothing. She her own woman, and I ain't the boss of her, and she ain't gonna let me be the boss of her. If she wears something, it's because she wanna wear it. Matter of fact, I tell her don't wear certain things if I'm not around because I don't want her safety in jeopardy.
So you tell her what to wear when?
Not when, not like that, dog. I just say if you're gonna dress something like that, come on, look at her. If she wearing something like that, probably not that flamboyant, but if she wearing like some leggings or something like that,
don't want
and she
her
go to, not when she doing
when
Ubering.
she's not with you.
Huh? Yeah, when she's no.
Let me ask you. We're talking here about the support that you provide for him or failing to provide. Do you feel he's supportive of you?
No, Your Honor, not all of the time in ways that I would like for him to be. I would like, when I go out to do Uber, I want to do it without him constantly calling me all the time.
Right.
Wanting me to stop. And then he gets mad at me when I don't have any money. How can I make money if he won't let me go out and make the money? Either you want me to be a stay-at-home mom or you want me to work. Like, you can't have it both ways.
You know what I want you to be, so don't even try that.
He
What
wants
does he
me to
want
be
you to be?
a stay-at-home mom.
I want her to, before I was like, if I hold down the family financially and stuff like that, then it'd be beneficial for her to raise the kids, give them principles, advice that we want, teach them, help them with their homework and stuff like that. But I don't want to make her my prisoner. I understand she got her own dreams that she had, and she want to be successful individually like that, and I support her in that. And I encourage. Matter of fact, I'm the one who put her through real estate school, and I paid for the final test, and she did good. She got a 96 on it, and I'm proud of her on that.
Mr. Brown, wait, Mr. Brown. I get to lean and not to like it, and then you say something make me want to like it. I'm getting dizzy. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Go ahead.
When I was pregnant, well, actually, after I had my last child, Javon was not supportive of me at all. Your Honor, I have 5 children, 3 from a previous marriage, and I have 2 with Javon. When I had the last 2 babies, Javon was not there for me. He was out partying while I was at home changing diapers, doing midnight feedings, and the babies are crying. Your Honor, I suffer from postpartum depression that led to me having an alcohol problem, which led to me being an angry drunk. I was drinking 2 bottles of wine per night, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown,
I made a mistake. I wish I would have been more supportive of her.
But can you tell me why? What was happening?
What happened was I come home from work and I ain't know nothing about post-traumatic distress and all that.
Postpartum depression. I got it. Postpartum depression.
Right. I ain't know nothing about that. And then she'd be in there. And we had a big household. Listen, this girl, we had newborns, new babies or whatever, small babies, and she wanted to go full time to school, full time to work, and then put the babies in daycare. I'm like, wait, let them be able to start talking first.
We needed money.
She always talking about money. Do she look like she needs some money?
Who?
No, she don't. No.
That's because she's working, but okay. Let's calm down.
Okay.
Relax. Take a breath and see what we can do. Because I think you're good people who love one another and are talking past each other.
Javon drinks at least 4 times a week. And then the next day, he's usually hungover and cannot go open up the barbershop until I nurse him back to health. And I can't work, he can't work, and that's why we're behind, because of his drinking problem.
What would you do if your spouse tried to keep you from working? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Mrs. Brown, you say Mr. Brown has a drinking problem. Why do you say that?
Your Honor, Javon drinks at least 4 times a week. And when he drinks, he stays up late at night. And then the next day, he's usually hungover and cannot go open up the barbershop. And he does not want me to leave the home until I nurse him back to health, which is usually about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I can't work, he can't work, and that's why we're behind, because of his drinking problem.
Do you think you drink too much?
What man don't get off of work and have a beer? She had like
all night?
No, how many beers can I drink?
Mr. Brown, talk to me. How many beers do you have on any given evening?
On every evening, I have at least 2 or 3 beers. That's a lot. No, that ain't.
If someone were to say, look, this week ain't no beer in the whole city, would you be stressed?
No.
Or would it be,
Look at his face.
No, I'll just figure out something else to do. It's just something that I wind out. I take the edge off after the day. Like, I'll be on my feet all day. I'll be working. I'll be having the stress of running the shop. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. I got a lot of pressure on me. So when I get home, I want to relax.
What do you think she ought to do to de-stress and get the pressure off of her? She's got kids. She's working.
The girl not stressed. That's the problem. She ain't stressed. All the stress falling on me.
You stress me out. What you mean I'm not stressed?
Right. So now, if I stress her out, the woman set the tone of the house. It must be something she doing wrong.
You say, Your Honor, everything my fault.
Right,
no, everything my fault.
I got it.
Your Honor, 3 years ago, I went through, like I was telling you, that I used to be a drinker, an alcoholic. Your Honor, I was very overweight as well. I used to weigh 200 pounds. I just was not a happy person. I went on a spiritual journey where I just cut off all of my hair, did this big chop. I started working out. I stopped drinking. I joined AA and just started figuring out.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Look at that. That's fabulous, isn't it, Mr. Brown?
Yeah, I'm proud of
Mr.
it.
Brown, why don't you tell me about that period in her life? How do you feel about what was going on?
I'm proud of her, and that's one of the main reasons why I love her. When she make her mind up about something, she does it, and that's why it's so frustrating and hurtful. It's like you don't take me serious, you don't take our marriage serious, because I know you capable.
Life serious,
Who don't take? And then
why do you think she doesn't take your marriage seriously? I really want to know that.
You know what? I think because of that time we were just talking about where she felt like I wasn't supportive of her and she was going through her postpartum depression. I didn't know I should have been there more. Now, if I could have went back in hindsight when I look at it, I feel like I could have been more supportive. I think our marriage took a big hit then, and we still recovering.
I think you hit the nail on the head, and I'm going to tell you what to do about it.
How should you best manage a stressful relationship? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Mr. Brown, most people come in here and never get anywhere near pinpointing the source of their difficulties. I think you did that. I think you came in. When she went through that postpartum depression, it made you angry. She wasn't doing what she needed to do, and you didn't commiserate with her at all. You didn't understand it at all, because if you can't see it, you don't really believe it, and if you can't experience it, it can't really be real. She must just be sloughing off. And then you got stuck on she's not doing enough. You got stuck on that, and now that's the thesis sentence in the paragraph of your marriage. She's not doing right. Those are the things that you remember, the things that she's not doing right. And you're not giving her credit for the things that she's doing. Your Uber, Lyft, real estate, because you were telling me all the pressure is on me with robbing Peter to pay Paul. She's out there trying to make money, but you disrespect that because that doesn't allow her to be sexy when he's with you, but not when she's not with you. Doesn't allow her to cook and to clean. You want her to give you 100% of everything all of the time, and to the extent she doesn't, she's failed. In return, you have absolutely no clue what it is to support her.
Thank you.
Emotionally. A lot of people have their needs, and they understand their needs. And to the extent somebody needs things that you don't need, you don't understand them at all. And I think that's where you are. And I think if you stepped off of what am I getting, what am I getting, what am I getting, and think, what have I got? What have I got? What have I got? You'll find out that you've got an awful lot. She's not going to be able to do it all. She's willing to do a whole lot. Enjoy what she's doing and stop focusing on what she's not. Don't blow it looking for everything when you got most of the things. You with me? You're a good dude. Ease off the pedal a little bit. You driving her crazy? And by extension, me. This matter is adjourned.
In order for me to continue in this marriage, Javon would need to stop drinking, stop demanding sex from me all of the time, and stop preventing me from going to work. And if he doesn't, I want a divorce.
My wife thinks I make a lot of demands. I don't think I make any other demands that another husband would want.
Today on Divorce Court.
My childhood affected my relationships in a big way. It makes me become a runner.
When Michael runs away, it makes me want to just run after him.
Drinking is getting out of hand. It causes a lot of problems.
I don't think I'm a mean drunk. I do feel like that I can get a little aggressive.
She thinks I'm messing with a BBW when I'm not. she thinks they're more attractive than her when they're not, and it brings her self-esteem down.
So I don't understand why you are attracted to these big women. I'm not gonna become, a bigger person for you.
I just want to know that, let you know I really love you and I want to be with you for the rest of my life.
If Michael don't change his stubborn ways, then we won't never work out.
Divorce court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Donkoya Brown and Michael Summers. The two of you have been together for 2.5 years. You've been engaged for the last 1.5 years. You have one child together, but you're not quite sure whether or not you should get married. So you come before me. You've taken my compatibility test and given me your marriage license with permission to tear it up should I think your union is ill-advised. Ms. Brown, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me how we got here?
Okay, well, first of all, me and Mr. Summers, we met when we were kids. We were in middle school. He was the football player for the football team, and I was a cheerleader. And we were talking, puppy love for 3 years straight, and then we ventured off into our own separate lives. And years later, about like 10, 12 years later, he hit me up on Facebook, texted me how I was doing, and I was going through something, with my ex-boyfriend, and it was very devastating at the moment. And so I needed that type of comfort. He was special, he was very respectful, and that's how we started talking. And then from there, we basically just hit it off.
You hit it off and bloomed into love. What were you going through with your ex?
Okay, so my ex-boyfriend, he was very disrespectful. He was like a streets kind of guy. He wanted to be in the streets and, party a lot, and not, be committed to me.
Right.
So, he would, bust my windows out and, cut up my clothes and set my clothes on fires. And, he would throw things at me. He was very abusive, verbally and physically.
And physically abusive.
Yes,
I'm so glad you're out, Ms. Brown. Yes, I am. I'm so glad you're out and you're doing well and you see strong and together and you survived it and you didn't stay in it. And I just want you to know I'm proud of you for that. Mr. Summers, you were helping her out?
Yes, I was.
Good for you. Good for you. Now, Mr. Summers, why don't you tell me a little bit about your background? Because I think that you're coming from a background that doesn't help being in a relationship. So why don't you tell me where you're from and what went on?
Yes, ma'am. Well, my background was pretty. I was in foster care. So I was in between houses, different families, different group of people. So I was running around a whole lot.
How many different foster homes were you in?
I was in about 5 different foster homes, about 3 different mothers. I have all types of fathers. I have all types of siblings.
Just out there.
Brothers, yeah, I call brothers, sisters, cousins.
So no stability at all?
No stability at all, no ma'am, no ma'am.
Not until you were an adult?
Not until I was about 18 and got out of foster care to be able to be on my own.
Okay,
And then from there, I started searching for a family myself.
Right. Ms. Brown, why don't you tell me what's going wrong in this relationship that leads you to question whether or not you should marry?
Okay, so in the beginning, we were both going through the same thing. Basically, he picked up a couple pieces, and that would make me admire him even more. Not only was he my childhood, friend, he actually showed me how a woman should be treated. And so everything was going good in a relationship. We were connecting, we were communicating, there was no problems. I ended up getting pregnant, and then I think that's where a lot of it went down a little hill, just a little bit. But it was more so lack of communication. He started running away and not talking to me, and he would just.
Now give me a story about something that occurred in the home which caused him to make a break for it.
Okay, so sometimes I'm drinking, and sometimes I can be a little aggressive when I'm drinking, but it only comes from when I was, for instance, one day I was out at the bar and I come home and there's a whole bunch of people in my house, his friends and stuff, and I don't like people in my house. So when I come home, I'm scaling, I'm like, well, I don't like this, I don't approve of that. And so it will go from there, it would just turn from, it would just shoot straight up. He say his words and I say mine. And I usually, when I'm drinking, I say the same things when I'm sober. I don't think that that's really.
Ms. Brown says she says the same thing she's sober when I don't even believe her. And I don't live with her. Mr. Summers, why don't you tell me what she's like when she's drinking and how it's different from other times?
When she's way different from now. When she drinks, she's totally different. Her voice changed. One time I'm outside with my friends. She's out, at the bar. Gone, till the well in the night. So I'm outside. I'm chilling with my friends. I'm having a couple beers, just hanging out. She pulls up straight from what are you doing out here? Get in the house. What is wrong with you? Did you do this? I'm like, it just blew up from there.
Baby,
I'm like,
back up.
Yeah, we just got back. I'm just outside. I'm just having a good time like you was out.
I don't just pull up.
She just pulled up and just straight went crazy.
What was the reason?
Well, one of the reasons was because, like I said, I don't like people, like a lot of people in my house. Like, you got these friends that they are not, like, they're not really your friends. And I don't think that he should hang with them. Like, they're bad influences and it...
Do you think if you were sober, you would have approached it differently?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I would have maybe approached it differently, but I still would have said the same thing.
No,
I still would have felt
sometimes approach is everything. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And liquor doesn't make you any more intelligent, doesn't make you any more reasonable, doesn't make you any more persuasive. It makes everything more exciting, more irritable, larger, and more irascible, but not any better.
Okay.
You with me with that?
Yes.
Yeah. Because I'm not different when I drink.
Yeah,
Mrs. Summers?
She doesn't say the same things.
Oh, I know she doesn't.
Yeah, she calls me all types. She'll call me foster child, adopted baby. She'll like, why you hanging around them? You like boys and you, She won't say this when she's sober though. This is only when she's drunk. She'll say stuff like that under the belt, like lower.
Below the belt.
He does
stuff
the
to
same
make me
thing,
run.
Beside the point.
He does the same thing.
I do it after I run though. After I run and I'm fed up and I'm mad.
It doesn't make it
I'm like,
different whether he runs away or not. He still does the same thing. It's just different cases, different scenarios. But he still puts me under as well.
Okay. And I'm sure there's probably a lot going back and forth. Now I want to talk about your inability to communicate because of the running that you say he does.
That can be a little controlling at times. But it works out in the end. It plays its part, And
it's not working out. If it was working out, you'd be in a church somewhere exchanging rings. You're in here talking to me about him. So it's not working out. So, Mrs. Brown, you say he's a runner.
Yes.
Why don't you give me an example of a circumstance where some conflict occurred and he just ran off?
Like, for instance, sometimes I will say, like, get out, I don't want you here, and I'll package things for him or whatever, and then he'll leave, but he'll leave and go way back to the other side to his other, like, family or whatever, but they got a different, like, outlook on me, and he runs, like, when he runs, he's, like, I don't know, like, I'm afraid that he's not going to come back, so I try to, like, work it out or whatever, but instead he's like, no, I don't care, whatever, like, I'm done with you, like, he don't never want to, like, communicate with me, like, I mean, sometimes I do have, like, a little bossiness to me. I can be a little controlling at times, but it works out in the end. It plays its part, And
it's not working out. If it was working out, you'd be in a church somewhere exchanging rings. You're in here talking to me about him. It's not working out. Okay. Mr. Summers, why don't you tell me what happens when you decide to leave the circumstance?
I run. I've grown up in group homes. I've always ran. If I felt like it wasn't right in this home or with this family, I run. I'll run. I'll just run away. Go
someplace else.
Somewhere else to make me feel happy, make me feel, good about myself. As when I was a kid, I wanted to just be happy, run, play in the playgrounds, come home to a cooked meal.
Right. Yeah.
So.
What do you do when she breaks up with you? What do you do? I know, so don't lie. Tell me what you do.
When we're on a breakup, I run. I'll go to one of my siblings' house, and I'll be all on social media.
You go straight for the other women.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I go for other women.
There you go.
Because it's with me. It's like I want a family. I'm growing up. I want a family. I want a household. I want to raise my own family. I want to have something I didn't have. Mm-hmm. So if I feel like when I run, and I feel like it's done, like when I run when I was a kid, if I feel like I'm done with her, I go try to find another female to try to make my wife. I want a wife. I want a family.
That's not fair on my part because
and it's not. I don't jump straight into the relationship though. I don't jump straight into the relationship. It's just like getting to know another female.
But if you're searching for another female, why are you instantly so quick to run to another female when you just got out of a relationship?
I be feeling like I'm done with you. So
well, let me ask you this. I'm going to talk to you both about I feel like I'm done. I am going to talk about that. But Ms. Brown, you have an insecurity about the other women that he is in contact with because they're not of the same physical type and size. Tell me about that.
Yes, so I'm connected to his Facebook, and girls, like when we're separated, like it'll pop up on my phone, and these girls like be like BBW, like big, beautiful women, and they're not my size, and it's just like they're always bigger than me or chubbier than me, and it's just like, why are you, if you want to be with that type, why are you still trying to try to make it work with me when you do decide to come back home like that?
Well, let's ask him, okay? Mr. Summers, do you have a particular type of woman that you enjoy, and is she thicker?
No, she's not thicker. My crush is built just like her. She's light-skinned just like her. I don't like BBWs.
But you don't mind.
So why
I won't mind. I mean,
it's a
woman.
Like
it's a woman. I like a little drunk in the trunk. I mean, what man doesn't?
I got
But that's not what I want to marry. That's not something I want to.
So why do you always go talk to them then if that's what you want? Because I clearly don't have a
I don't talk to her.
I got you.
First of all, Your Honor, I never really sat down and talked to his family. Like, I've been around them, but they always gave me like this little stink eye or felt like,
because the first impression that they got with her, she was drunk. And they didn't like her from there. They haven't seen her since.
How would you feel about your partner's obsession with BBWs? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Do you feel his family doesn't like you?
Yes.
Why?
Because, well, first of all, Your Honor, I never really sat down and talked to his family. Like, I've been around them, but they always gave me like this little stink eye or felt like, because like I wasn't the one for him because like I've never met him. But when he runs off, ain't no telling what he tells them because they're only hearing one side. So when they look at me, it's like.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I understand. Mr. Summers, does your family not like her?
They don't like her. They don't.
And why not?
Because the first impression that they got with her, she was drunk. The first time they seen, she was drunk.
No, that wasn't
so
the first
she was,
time.
like I said, she was walking around with the voice, prancing around like a little schoolgirl. They didn't like her from there. They haven't seen her since. And then every time they see me, it's when I'm running away.
And you tell them all the bad stuff that's happening. I got you. That's a common mistake, but I get what's happening here. Now, we got to remember, this is a before your vows. I looked at your compatibility test, saw nothing that alarmed me. So I want to take a moment, and I'm going to start with you, Ms. Brown. I want you to tell me, and by extension him, give me a 30-second sales job on why Mr. Summers, above all others, is the man for you.
Mr. Summers, he actually showed me how a woman should be treated. He's very respectful. He spoils me mentally. He gives me, the satisfaction that a woman should need coming from my man. Not only is he my childhood friend, he's my lover, he's my best friend. And he takes me, he motivates me, he supports me, and he pushes me to my success on being a medical assistant, which I want to be as far as my career. He enables me to actually push harder and do better.
A+. Wow. Now, Mr. Summers, there's a lot of pressure. Because she showed up and showed out with the professional love. So, Mr. Summers, I'm going to give you, take a deep breath. And I'm going to give you 30 seconds for you to tell me why Ms. Brown, above all others, is the woman for you. Go.
Well, Ms. Brown, she's the woman for me because I love everything about her. In the morning, like if she's not happy, I'm not happy. Like I can't go wake up and go a day and be cool if she's not cool. Like if I can't make you happy, her happy in that day, I can't be happy. Like she makes me smile. She she's everything I wanted. And when I was looking for a wife, she's everything. Like when she's sober, she's just the perfect. She's just the perfect. She's the most perfectest woman in the world to me. When she's
What do you
beautiful.
like about her?
She's beautiful, long hair. Just like I said, she got everything going for herself, like a medical assistant.
You started out at a B, and you tumbled all the way to an F. You brought up that she's drunk, she's everything I looked for, she's got long hair, and she's light-skinned.
Yeah, and she's got everything going for herself. She takes care of kids, her household. Like, she backs her man up. She backs me up with everything. Like, I want to be with her for the rest of my life.
I'm gonna grade you on a curve because you're a dude. I'm gonna give you a C- just because I like you. It wasn't that good, but I think you really care for her. I really, really do think you care for her. And I think you both care for each other. What I think the problem is you don't have a script to read off of. I think neither one of you had an opportunity to have a stable family and a stable relationship, and I think that the community that you're in does not support stability, and you don't understand, like many people who come in here, what a commitment is, how you make one, and how you nurture one, and how you keep one. So now I'm gonna teach it to you. What would you do if your partner kept running away during arguments? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back. I like you people. You're good people that came out of bad circumstances. First of all, you need to be cool, calm, and collected. You got a guy who came from a circumstance where there was no stability. The last thing you need to tell that man is to get out. To get out is not a solution to anything. If you want this guy, just because you're angry in the moment, it's not a get out. It's like, look, give me a minute. Then let's sit down and talk about what I need from you and why I'm hurt and I'm upset. It's not an accusatory moment. It is a moment to connect and to confirm, not to confront, but to inquire. Are you with me on that? Mr. Summers, I'm going to say this to you. To the extent that you tell your family all the negative stuff you have, but don't call them up after sex and say, hey, she really knocked it out of the park, they're going to have an uneven picture of her. They're not going to see your love, and they're always going to advise you as if she's an ongoing negative as opposed to. So don't run home. Say, you don't want me to leave, baby. You don't want me to leave. I'm going to stay right here because I love you. I want you to calm down. You need to put down the bottle. If you can't handle it, put it down.
Yes, ma'am.
Just put it down. I think you're fabulous people who just got a rough start. I want you to press the reset button, put down the bottle, stay away from telling your relatives about all the bad stuff she does. Love one another. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Here's your marriage license. Go on down there and get it done. This matter is adjourned.
I feel the judge gave me some good advice in terms of, we talked to her about my family about, how to talk about her and, how I love her.
I think the judge's advice was also good because I'm gonna put down the bottle just a little bit more, not be so aggressive and not kick him out so much and love him, and we can go from there.
Thank you.
Today on Divorce Court.
I am doing everything I can to keep our family together.
I don't feel like her family thinks that I'm good enough for her because I was not doing so good as far as taking care of her.
His flirting, it has calmed down a lot, but he likes to show me that he can get whatever he wants.
Well, I feel like Elena could trust me because I never gave her anything to not trust me for.
I am definitely willing to fight for my marriage with Desmond.
Divorce is not an option, and I didn't get married to get a divorce.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Elena Bryson and Esmond Bryson. Mr. and Mrs. Bryson, you have been married for 4.5 years, but you've only known each other for 5. So you must have gotten married pretty soon after you met. I'm going to ask you, Mrs. Bryson, how did you get together and what has brought you here?
Well, we actually met in middle school, and he left, and then we got back together when we were teenagers. And at first, we didn't get together because of his lifestyle. I didn't want nothing to do with the lifestyle.
What kind of lifestyle was he leading?
In the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then after a while, he kept trying and trying and trying and trying. So we finally got together, and after 3 months, we got married.
Okay. Mr. Bryson, is that a fairly accurate recitation of what occurred?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So you loved her from middle school on?
Well, I wouldn't say that. I didn't. In middle school, I wasn't attracted to her. I actually used to make fun of her.
You just knew her in middle school?
Yeah, we was friends. We had a lot of mutual friends.
But once you met her later on in life,
yeah,
you pursued her.
Yeah.
And won her.
Yes.
How long did you date before you got married?
3 months.
3 months. What in 90 days said to you, I'm gonna make a life with this dude? Because you already had background on him that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
He was in the streets and you didn't like it.
Right.
So what did he do in those 90 days to turn you around?
It was just his personality, just everything, just his personality.
You gotta be more specific than that.
We had great chemistry. We just clicked right away.
Mr. Bryson, are you on the same page with that? It was kismet. It was meant to be.
Well,
that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was chemistry there. But most importantly for me, she wasn't easy to get. I had to work for it, and I wasn't used to that.
Right.
So that what made me more attracted to her.
Right.
So,
yeah. Because women these days don't make you chase.
Oh yeah, they don't make you chase.
At least as far as I can tell from in here. And the attraction of the chase is a great deal of it for dudes. Let me ask you this: once you caught her, when did you first start having concerns?
I don't know. At first it was just lust. I was just going off of lust and attraction. And then I started getting the motherly love from her, the affection that I wasn't used to. So that would bring me a little closer to her. And then she was more of my best friend at the same time.
What about your background made motherly love foreign to you?
Well, I grew up in a difficult household. I didn't really get affection from women in my life,
right?
In my family, and I was just in the streets a lot. And the streets
were tough.
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah. Ms. Bryson, you say part of the problem that you're having with your husband is that he has so much anger built up from when he was younger that it's causing trouble in your relationships. Can you explain to me, give me some examples of how that's impacting you now?
A lot of anger. Just something so little, he just explodes and goes off.
Give me an example of what he's exploded about and how big the explosion is.
One example is we took a family trip to New Orleans. Some girls were flirting with him in an elevator, and he was flirting right back, right in front of my face. And I stayed quiet, and I had an attitude. So because I had an attitude,
he got angry.
My negative energy just like bursted on him. So he just got really angry. He left me, so I had to find my way to the hotel. I was angry that I had to find my own way by myself in New Orleans, where I had I had no idea where I was. And once I did find my way, he was inside of the hotel. So we just got into an altercation after that.
Now it was a terrible thing to happen. He never should have left you there.
Right.
But I'm not saying, you're not showing me huge anger over a small thing. What's the smallest thing he's gotten angry about? Give me a sense of how unsteady it is at your house.
Just almost every day, just us communicating. If we're communicating and I'm asking too many questions or just basic conversation, he'll explode and be like, why you need to know that? You don't need to know all that information. It just like shuts down the conversation, and I'm just stuck with no other words to say. It's just basic
Mr. Bryson,
conversation.
I understand one of the things that you remain angry about is her failure to change her name to Bryson at her job. I think she uses it socially, but doesn't change it on her official documentation. Am I accurate at that?
Yes.
Tell me about the conversations you've had about that and why you're so angry about it.
Well, I guess it got a little bit to do with my insecurities, for
Okay.
one. And for two, she works with a lot of guys. So when she using her maiden name, they don't take our relationship seriously. And I just wish she would just change it. That's all. I mean, we've been married for years. She gave me excuses about that she got to wait to the January, the beginning of the year, to change it. But we've been married 4.5 years. That's a lot of Januaries that passed.
Right. Mrs. Bryson, do you intend to change your name? And if so, why are you dragging your feet?
It's the reason why it's taking so long, and the reason why I have to wait until January is because it's on my medical records.
Right.
The reason why he gets upset is when I call into work, I have to say my first and last name and my information to call in sick at work. And
you have to officially change all of that in the system.
He hears that with the medical. He hears that when I call in with my job, when I go to doctor's appointments. So it's just like he thinks that everything hasn't been changed when it's only my job. That's the only thing that hasn't been changed.
Oh, all the other stuff has been changed. Just that one thing
Everything
hasn't
has been changed. My
Is
Social
that
Security,
accurate?
It's accurate, but I wish she would just represent me, my last name. I worked hard to get her to get my last name, so I want her to represent. That's all.
Okay. Women get into a fight with their dude. They come and run home to mom and dad and tell them he's awful, now when he's wonderful, they don't hear from you. You only sell them the bad side.
Right.
So eventually they're gonna hate the guy because everything they hear about him is negative.
Right.
Is that what you've done? Mr. Bryson, you say that her family dips into your business because she's running to them all the time. Tell me what it is that's going on and why you don't like it.
Well, every time we get into an argument, she likes to run to her family and kind of put me down, tell them all our business.
Right.
So they always just like to jump in our marriage, and I firmly
When you
believe-
say jump in, what do they do? Do they call you? Do they talk to you, or are they just in her ear?
They in her ear, and I think that she believes it. Some of the things that they say, they tell her to leave me, she shouldn't talk to me, she need a better man to take care of her and all this. And it doesn't do nothing good for our marriage because she just started looking at me like maybe they're right.
Do you run to them when you have a problem? Because this is what happens. Women get into a fight with their dude. They come and run home to mom and dad and tell them he's awful. Now, when he's wonderful, you don't run home and say they don't hear from you.
No.
But you only sell them the bad side.
Right.
So eventually they're gonna hate the guy because everything they hear about him is negative.
Right.
Is that what you've done?
Right, and you're exactly right. When I run to him, they only hear the negative, they don't hear the positive. But in my defense, I only absolutely run to a family member when I have to, when I absolutely have to. I don't...
How often do you absolutely have to?
Well, this year it's been almost 4 times, so.
What makes you absolutely have to? What occurs that makes it necessary for you to contact them?
For example, when I found out that he was cheating on me. Yeah.
When did you find out he was cheating on you and how?
A year ago, almost exactly
What
a year
happened?
ago. What happened was he told me a story that he was going to have a prostitute, just one, that he was gonna have, and I believed it. I trusted him.
Even if he was telling the truth, wouldn't you find that that horrifying that he would pimp out a woman?
Right. Well, at the time, we were really, I know it sounds horrible, but we were really struggling really bad. And as long as I knew all the information and what was going on, that was his story. And
so it turns out he was sleeping with her?
No. Well, at the time, not at that time, after.
He started to sleep with her after a while.
After I left is when it started, so. Yeah.
Mr. Bryson, can you tell me a linear story here? What happened chronologically?
Okay, so she left, like she said, and that's when I started having a relationship with the woman. So it wasn't during.
Well, okay. Well, so much I want to know, but I'm afraid to ask. I'm gonna ask what the fight about, what the leaving was about, what the problem with the family is all about, and see how much I can get through. You weren't allowed to come to her family to
No, I wasn't.
Is it because they didn't like you? Because of what she was telling them?
It was because
they didn't like you because you were black? What was it?
It was because, it was because I was black, and it was because what she told them too.
Would you share your marriage problems with your family members? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Ms. Bryson, you were okay with him being a pimp, but you finally got in a fight with him about something that caused you to leave. What was that fight about?
I've actually went to work a week later after he told me that he was gonna start this business. And I went to work, and a girl that I work with is a dancer, a go-go dancer at one of the clubs. She came up to me and told me, she was like, are you and Esmond still together? And I was like, yeah, we're still together. Why, what's going on? And I already knew in my head what was gonna happen. She told me that he was locked up with an older white fitness lady looking up in her almost 40s, and asked, if we were okay.
If you say that's old,
yeah,
I'm gonna hurt you both.
Oh, to us, to me, to him, actually. Yeah.
I'm leaning so hard on 60, it squeals every time I get up in the morning. She's talking about this old chick, 45. I got a son that age. Mr. Bryson.
Yes.
So that was what made you leave?
Well, yeah, and she asked if we were okay, and I have to sit here and explain myself at my job what's going on to this one person. And when I got home, I was like, we need to talk. And right when I said that, he, just like how he always does, get automatic defensive, and we got into another altercation. He left the house with his cousin. And let me mind you, during this time, he flew his cousin in. For the first 2 months that his cousin was here living with us, he never came home. Out of those 2 months, at night, when I got off of work, him and his cousin would be gone every night. He would pass the baby over to me and leave with his cousin. Wouldn't come home till 2 o'clock every night, except for 2 nights out of 2 months.
Now that I know why you left, why did you come back?
Well, there's
love, Your Honor.
Mr. Bryson, what do you think the main problem is?
Well, I was gone, but I was still in the streets, so I was just trying to provide for my family at that time. But we just had a lot of arguments and disagreements. It was the family thing for me mostly. She used to leave me all the time and spend half of the holidays with her family, have to leave me with my daughter and take her.
You weren't allowed to come to her family to
No, I wasn't.
Is it because they didn't like you, because of what she was telling them?
It was because
they didn't like you because you were black? What was it?
It was because, it was because I was black, and it was because what she told them too. They just didn't never hear no positive things that come from me. They only heard the negative stuff, so,
But let me ask you this, Mr. Bryson. If you had a daughter and she brought home a street dealing, prostitute running, hothead dude for a husband, wouldn't you be concerned?
Definitely.
Do you think mixed-race couples face more challenges? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Ordinarily, I would tee off on him. There's a lot of stuff to tee off on him about, but I'm not gonna. And you wanna know why? Because I'm afraid that if I make him feel less than and powerless, he'll take it out on you. I saw his reaction when he saw you had makeup on.
Yeah.
That is a frightening thing to me,
Yeah.
that he is that insecure. So I'm not gonna tee off on him. I'm gonna beg you instead. I'm gonna beg you to be the kind of man that you would want your daughter to marry. I'm gonna beg you to be the kind of man that isn't okay with entering into a lifestyle you know 100% has horrible outcomes. I want you to be the kind of man who has a wife who feels safe and secure in her own home. I want you to be the kind of man that can look at her wife, whatever she does, she puts on whatever it is, you're not going to get mad about it because you're so secure in who you are. You're not concerned that she looks really pretty today. So concerned that you acted up behind the fact that she had makeup on. Ooh, what a frightening way to live under all that pressure. Home should be where you feel safe and sound and secure and whoo, I can be all off my game and I don't have to be on top of my team because my man is here and he's got me. But she can't do that. She goes home and thinks, oh my God, what can't I say today? Her family doesn't like you because you've done things to make yourself not likable. And I want you to remember the analogy I gave you about your daughter every time you deal with the family. If you want to keep this guy, which I'm sure you do, quit telling your family, you don't need more heartache than you already got. Yeah. Quit telling your family what's going on unless you're really ready to make that move. And Mr. Bryson, if you love her at all, go get some anger management so you can make her life okay. Because I'm that concerned about her. Do you love her?
I do.
Do you want her to be happy and safe and feel comfortable at home?
I do.
Are you willing to go to anger management or get some kind of counseling, maybe even marriage counseling, in order to facilitate that end?
Yes.
That's what my husband says to me when he's going to shut me up and wants to go to sleep.
No, I don't know about anger management, but I want to go to marriage counseling for sure.
That makeup thing scared the living daylights out of me.
She's just a natural beauty.
Absolutely, she's a natural beauty. But that should be, you're a natural beauty, you don't need it. But you got angry. That's the part that scares me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This matter is adjourned.
I would definitely love to go to marriage counseling. We got a lot of things that we need to talk about to somebody else, and we need a third person looking in to let him know that I'm not the only one telling him that he's wrong.
The judge said I had an anger problem, which I do, and I know I need to work on it, but at this time, I think we have other issues that we need to work on as I work on myself.
Today on Divorce Court.
I feel like I'm in second place of his family all the time.
She can argue to differ, but I know where my heart lies.
They start too much drama. They always ask for money. They're very needy. He's like a personal ATM for them.
You know, certain people ain't gonna change, and I'm not dumb. I'm not finna say they're gonna do it for me.
I don't want to throw away 11 years if we don't have to.
I still wanna try to continue on working out our relationship, but I don't wanna go if it hurts you, or hurt me, or the kids.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Jamie Burnett and Kevin Burnett. Mr. and Mrs. Burnett, you have been married for 11 years and you have 2 children together. However, at this juncture in your marriage, you are in trouble, so you came to see me. Mrs. Burnett, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here in Divorce Court today?
Well, Your Honor, we're here because I believe totally in the scriptures. And the Bible says to love your wife as God loves the church.
Yes.
And
Yes,
also forsake your mother and father and cling to your wife.
Uh-oh.
And that is where we draw the line, because my husband clings to his family instead of his wife.
Oh. And the entire church said, amen. Mr. Burnett, do you understand what she's talking about?
I understand, Your Honor, but I don't quite agree a whole 100% what she's saying. With my family, me and my family, we come from two different lives, you know, and which she was raised different. I wasn't raised with, you know, being around my family growing up.
Uh-huh.
So I was raised like foster home, boys home. I was moved around a lot.
Right.
So, you know, as I got older, you know, me and my family, we always had a bond that was kind of like unbreakable. But I do believe what she's saying, like, my wife come first, and I believe I put her first. Like, you know, she got things that my family don't, money, bank accounts, stuff that they don't have.
Mrs. Burnett, give me a little relational history. Tell me a bit about how you got together.
We got together in 2006, and I was in church, singing in the choir, you know, seeing a young man, you know. We started to date, and we hit it off from there. We believed in no sex before marriage.
Right.
You know, all the great principles of what a marriage could be. We believed in that. I was apostolic. Why do you look at me like that?
I believe I was tricked, Your Honor.
Oh, wow.
When I say,
Mr. Burnett,
not by her.
Why do you believe you were tricked?
Because, look, when we got married, like a lot of people from the church were saying, okay, you know, you want to get married, you don't want to be, you know, living in sin or feeling like the fire is burning. So we kind of like rushed into it. But not tricked by her, not saying her per se, but I believe so for the religion part of it. Because we don't follow that same religion to this day. So it's like, I feel like once I realized the religion of it, I'm like, I could have stayed who I was. I was already doing good.
So what you're telling
person.
me is you feel like you rushed into marriage in order to preclude you from sinning in the eyes of the church that you were in.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Right, yeah,
that's true. But it wasn't just because of that.
I know, but the speed was
I'm a man.
somewhat-
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was influenced by that.
I mean, she's beautiful. You know,
Influenced by that. Mrs. Burnett, do you disagree with that at all? That the fear of sinning, should you not join as husband and wife, did speed up your nuptials a bit?
I do believe that, Your Honor. I do.
And another thing, Your Honor, I want to say this in all respect, because when we dated, she left for a while. We was engaged. So it was tough to have like this long distance fiance. I was in our home state and she was in another state.
What'd you leave for? What were you doing?
Like I said, I was in the choir. I sang a lot. I was always on tour, on the road. For the gospel, and that was just, I was very focused. I was in school at the time, and I just didn't have time for a relationship. He was my first love and my first relationship, so I stopped everything to be with him when he asked me to marry him. And it was beautiful for the first 3 years. And once I got to know his background and who he really was, like, you're really a street guy. Like, you know, I love it because you can protect me, but at the same time, I'm like, I have to really try to adapt and blend in with him, his family, and, you know, the whole being. So,
tell me what the major problem with his family is.
For instance, there was a time we went on a date together, and then it became a couple's date. It became, well, let me invite them, and we can have a good time. It's like they're always there, you know. There's no time for me, you know. And me and him to really try to build a foundation.
As a couple, he's always inviting the family. Now, just relax a little bit and think it through. Is it a fact that you often invite your family members to come along when in fact maybe the two of you should be spending time alone?
Well, we spend time alone. I feel we spend a lot of time alone, Your Honor. I feel like some events, you know, maybe that particular event she talking about, I did probably invite people, but I be feeling like the more the merrier. Because sometimes we'll go out, like we went out just me and her. This is not too long ago. And she'll wander off, just start looking. And we'll walk together, and then next thing you know, I turn around.
She gone.
Like, she gone, where you? I'm like, why you didn't tell me you stopped? She like, oh, I just wanted to watch the waterfalls and all. Well, can't we do it together?
Let me ask you, I want to get on more solid ground. You have concerns about how much money he gives his family, right?
Yeah.
You're worried about that. Tell me about that.
Let's get to that.
I feel like they treat him like a personal ATM. You know, my children can be in need of something. Our children can be in need of something. They want to sign up for a baseball game just recently, a baseball team. You know, they want to play baseball. And it'll be like, no, we have to shut that down because we can't afford that right now. But soon as family calls and needs money for books, it's, can you put money on my bill? Can you, how you doing today?
No.
But can I borrow $20 at the end of the conversation? You know,
no, I mean,
we
it's
need
true,
this,
always
we need
begging
that.
on it.
That's true, but you know, I got a little soft spot
How
for
many
my
emergencies does your family have? I mean, is it an emergent kind of family? Like every week, somebody got a crisis?
Yes,
Yeah.
every week there's a crisis.
Yeah, you can wean those people off you.
I ain't gonna say I give in every week, though. But I can say they know who to come to.
Yeah.
But
Mr. Burnett, I want to ask you. You say you don't really trust her, and I want to know why. Mrs. Burnett, that came out here quoting scripture. Can you tell me what happened?
They were too close. These folks were in our bedroom. They were always at our house. They were always spending the night. So I got tired of it. And when he left me for the last time, I said, okay, well, this is going to be a revenge.
So, Mr. Burnett, why do you say you don't trust your wife?
Well, I got trust issues. I trust real hard. But the reason why I think my recent trust issues been so pressure on her is because an event happened and I found out she had an affair with a family member of mine.
Mrs. Burnett, that came out here quoting scripture.
Well, Your Honor.
Can you tell me what happened?
What happened was they were too close. These folks were in our bedroom. They were always at our house. They were always spending the night. So I got tired of it. And when he left me for the last time, I said, okay, well, this is going to be a revenge.
When he left
show
you?
He left me. Before this even happened, he was very skeptical of me and the family relationship. I would tell him, like, they're flirting. Your family is they say one thing 1 minute, but behind your back, this is what they're doing. And I've been trying to warn him about that. So this particular time he left and I stayed in the hometown and I did that, as a revenge. I meant nothing to me. I did that to show him that this is the reason why we keep separating, because of family.
Give me some examples of the manner in which his family intercedes or gets into your life. Tell me what goes on that you shouldn't think should be going on.
Gatherings every weekend. Like, if someone needs a place to stay, they're always welcome to come into the Burnett's house. We got a couch for you. We got a room for you. You can eat here. You can sleep here however many days you need to.
Yeah.
You loaning money. You're making them too close and comfortable to your wife when we're supposed to have this castle, in my eyes, untouchable. We're trying to build something, but you keep letting them in. It's very condescending when he does that, and it sends me the wrong messages. For instance, if he has studio sessions, once we had our own studio and everything, and he was rapping, I was singing, and things like that, like he'll invite them in, it'd be free studio time, and then they'll spend the night, and it's just too much for your wife. And I was trying to let him know that in a way that I could, but he wasn't listening. You be drinking, they get in trouble, things that I have to
Yeah,
sit
you guys
through with
had a
him.
culture clash going on because of the way his family conducted business. They were the drop by, lend me $1, I'll stay here, flip-flopping, and all that kind of family, and that's not how you were raised. Is that accurate?
It's true. Everything she's touched on is true, Your Honor, but to all, in a way, when she say the weekends thing, and it was clearly business, like music.
I got you.
So it was just about that. So it wasn't like, oh, okay, we having this big old house party every weekend.
I understand very clearly what's going on, and I understand both of your points of view. And we're going to discuss that momentarily. Before we do, however, I do want to touch on the issue of your temper, because I do understand it is so bad that you were court-ordered to attend anger management, and I want to know why. What do you need from him right now that I could possibly deliver to you?
I think now she gets more anger now.
The fact that he cuts me off and doesn't even care to listen.
Her anger.
You can help me with that.
Did you hear what just happened there?
I heard what she said, but I didn't want to throw that point out there.
Would you oppose your spouse financially supporting his extended family? Tell us what you think at facebook.com/Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
What happened that caused you to be court-ordered to anger management?
Well, I did something that I regretted. It was due to my temper. I've been in anger management before then. I never had no father figure to, help me deal and control with some of my emotions and my feelings.
That is no excuse.
Can you give me can you give me an idea what you did? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
The main thing I did, I took something from a person, took person belongings, took his belongings and physically
tore him
handled
up.
him. Yeah. So threw him around, took his stuff. Yeah. Police got involved.
Yeah, it was just a hot mess.
It was a mess. I was younger. I did
volatile.
Hot, young, and then not only that, just being in, like she say, I grew up in probably the streets.
Streets, right? Yeah.
So gang members.
It's how you conduct business is a whole different way of.
Now today,
I got you. I'm with you.
I'm with you. Different person.
Ms. Burnett, has he graduated? Has he came up from a circumstance that was a little muddy and lumpy and bumpy, but has he become a little smoother as time has gone on?
Yes, sometimes, he's learned to cope with his anger through that anger management. And I walked him through it. Like, we would do yoga together. We would exercise together. We would go back to church and, just try to fill our temple with something positive.
Right.
And he's done way better with that, and I give him
What
that.
do you need from him right now that I could possibly deliver to you?
I think now she gets more anger now.
The fact that he cuts me off and doesn't even care to listen.
Her anger.
You can help me with that.
Did you hear what just happened there?
I heard what she said, but I didn't want to throw that point out there. Because I think that anger from the past is now she become more of an aggressive one. It's like two lions in a cage, like when we get upset at each other. And I'm not.
And everybody's mad.
I'm not used to, somebody coming at me forcefully, and I don't know how to react. And I ain't gonna say I never put a later finger on.
If you put a cat in a corner, it's gonna come out scratching.
Tell me about when he made you quit the choir.
Just being too controlling. I'm not there all the time at home, so he calls me a hypocrite because I'm basically doing things for the church. I'm cooking, and assisting with the church. 10 at night, yeah. Sometimes we go overboard. Praise the Lord. I'm not out doing anything
Listen, if I'm gonna be married, I feel like marriage is a two-way street. I want a woman there with me. You gonna be there with the church, then you might as well go be with the church. That's just how I feel. At 10 at night, you need to be at home with me.
I see it.
And
I
the
see
family.
it. Took me a minute, but I see it. Tell you what I see.
What restriction would you put on your partner's extended family? Share your opinion on Twitter and Instagram at Divorce Court. Divorce Court will be right back.
Mr. Burnett, I'm going to have a conversation. That conversation is going to be with you. However, I'll take that back. I'm not going to have a conversation. I'm going to tell you some stuff.
Okay.
And I don't want you to say anything because I like you. I think you're a good guy. I think you got a fantastic wife. I think your problem is you don't have the appropriate script to read off of. You were raised in a choppy lifestyle. And I know the culture class that you were having because when you're raised in that kind of choppy, disassembled lifestyle where everybody's hanging out and people drop by and everybody groups up and gets all that kind of stuff and everybody's having a crisis and you pass around money and you loan your car and he needs to flop over here. That's how you conduct your business. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But once you get married, you and your wife have to sit down and decide what kind of life you're gonna live. Because for a lot of people, including me, I'm not a drop-by kind of chick. I don't care who it is. I don't care in my family. If you gonna want to come by, you got to call. And if you need some money, I'm not your girl. I know I got a lot of it, but it's mine. And hallelujah, I work for it. So if I want my dollar over here, that's where I'm gonna put it. And if you come from a family where that's not how you do business, it drives a person who doesn't do business that way absolutely mad because she feels like she's not in control of her own circumstance. She feels that the walls are down in her house and she's exposed. She can't control her own space. That doesn't make you a bad guy, but it makes the two of you on a different playing field. I wrote a book called Making Marriage Work, and it's about how, when you get married, how you change how you have a conversation and conduct your business, the conversations that you need to have to make everybody comfortable. I think you're a good dude. I like you too.
Thank you.
But you gotta give her a chance by giving her some calm and some peace in her own home. And don't think of compromise and requests as weakness. Think of it as strength. Anybody can be loud and burly and with it, but it takes a real man to say, hey baby, what do you need? Okay, cool. I'll do what you need before I'll take care of what I need. You can't be a weak guy and do that. And I'm gonna ask you to be a strong guy to keep this beautiful woman that you got in your household, because you're a good dude and you deserve to have a good marriage. You with me on that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna send you to somebody to get you started, but good luck. I'm gonna check up on you because I think you're good people. You just need a new script to read from. Best of luck to both of you. This matter is important.
I think we might have to go our separate ways. I don't think he really understands the concept of family and control issues, and anger is just really torn a hole between us.
I came here wanting to save my marriage, but if it's not working or if it feels like it's a hostage, most of the point we need to save each other from being married.